Hello everybody, this is it. It is the biggest day on the Victorian women's football calendar. The 2025 Chenol NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. 183 days ago the season began, and now only two sides remain. Heidelberg United and Box Hill United. Heidelberg chasing a double. Champions last year, also chasing a double this year because they were premiers, and they're looking to see out club legend Steph Galea on a high. Standing in their way, Box Hill United, looking to end 13 years in the wilderness. They're back in finals, and now they're back in a decider and looking to equal Greensborough as the most successful women's football side in Victorian history. They are as well the team most informed. 10 straight wins coming into this game, and if anybody is going to knock off Heidelberg, it is probably Pythagoras. My name is Joey Lynch. Thank you ever so much for joining us for today's broadcast, and it is my absolute pleasure to be joined on the call today by Adriana Taranto, very familiar on this stage with Geelong Galaxy and as well as Calder United. Been there with Western United in the A-League Women, and of course now a two-time Matilda as well. And standing to her side is Han Solo, NPL commentator and our sideline caller for today. Adriana, it's always a big occasion. How are you feeling? How are the players feeling?
Yeah, good. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me back again. I think I'm getting used to the media side of stuff. Usually I'm the one out there, but no, I think it's perfect weather. The field's looking amazing. We've got two great teams here ready to battle it out, so I'm excited to watch some good football. And
Han, you've called both of these teams throughout the season. You've seen them both. You're a long-time follower of the women's game here in Victoria. How are you feeling, and what are you looking forward to today?
I'm very excited. I'm excited to see the likes of Steph Galea and Rihanna Polensina to get these things moving. These two clubs, as you know, are rivals, and we'd love to see them. These two teams, I love to see them throughout the season, and to be here in the grand final, it's such a big occasion for them and for us as well.
Of course, Heidelberg getting to this stage with a 1-0 win over Essendon. Box Hill, meanwhile, knocking off FC Bulleen Lions 3-1 at the Veneto Club, so continuing along with that fine form. We will show you some of the highlights of how Heidelberg got there in a moment, but I guess, Adriana, how important is form coming into a game like this, given that Box Hill, 10 on the trot, Heidelberg did stumble a little bit before finals? Could that play a role?
Look, I'm one to say that finals is just a whole different ball game, and you can't really look at past results just because it's whoever kind of shows up on the day. But I do think Box Hill coming in with the momentum and the confidence of we haven't lost a game since May is really going to push them through, and I just think they're going to come into this game doing what they've been doing for the past 9-10 weeks. You know, it's obviously working, and they're winning games. So I think it is important because it's going to build that confidence within the team. But I do think that finals football is very much, you can't really look at past results and past games. It's very much, who turns up on the day, but it will definitely help with confidence, I think.
And Han, this isn't Heidelberg's first time to the home of the Matildas this season. They were here in the Nike FC Cup final. Didn't go well that day. Can they learn from that? Can they implement lessons from that?
Absolutely. There's heaps to learn on, especially with the club. You know, Adriana said it's so much throughout the season that you can work on, but this is a different ball game. It's a different style of play, and we're not sure how Box Hill is going to come on board, but we still have to spend earlier in the day before the game. They want to open things up a little bit. They want to bring the ball wide and perhaps bring the ball back into the players like Sawa Matsuda. So it's going to be a big occasion for them, and it's little things they've got to work on throughout the game that might benefit them to get that win.
Well, Heidelberg, they did set the pace this season. They were crowned premiers with many weeks left in the season. Let's take a look now at some of the highlights of the Burgers and how they reached this stage.
Has time and space here, Tarrant. Goes herself. Oh, wow, it's gone in.
Sold the candy pretty well there. She's going to take a shot. But Barrerio going to kick it. And what a goal. She's got it.
Collision play, and it's gone.
This is O'Donoghue. It's a great first touch. And now with the left, Sero. Some massive bodies out towards Matsuda. Sawa Matsuda. Heidelberg lead in the semi-final. Shove from Smith. Free kick. Heidelberg are into a second consecutive grand final.
Heidelberg United, you can see there why they were crowned premiers, why they were champions of last season, and well, they have named a strong starting 11 for today's game. Just the one change from the side that beat the Essendon Royals in their semi-final last week. Cameron Barrero, she comes into the starting lineup, probably on the flank of the defence, a very handy addition to Heidelberg. Steph Galea, in her last game, the inspirational skipper, she starts on the bench, so a very handy weapon to come onto the pitch at some point. Got to bear in mind, chance of extra time and penalties as well in this game, something that Heidelberg are going to have to manage. But Adriana, you've repeated before in the NPL Women's Victoria with Calder United. It's a sign of dominance, it's a sign of confidence, but at the same time, does it add pressure, that weight of expectation to a squad coming in knowing that they're 90 minutes, 120 minutes away from doing a double?
Yeah, I think there's always a little bit of pressure coming into a finals, but having the chance, I guess, to do the double adds a little bit more. But I also think it adds an extra level of motivation, you know. When we were doing it at Calder, it was, you kind of want to finish with that. It's kind of the icing on the cake, you know. You go throughout the whole year being the best team in the comp, and then this is the chance to really kind of solidify that and, you know, just finish with the cherry on top. So I think it's pressure, but I think definitely a lot of motivation as well.
And Han, there's plenty of big names in this Heidelberg side. I've mentioned Steph Galea several times. I'll probably do so even more so. Sawa Matsuda, the Golden Boot winner for this side. Caitlin Carrick, Junior International, Melbourne City representative. But who maybe is someone that somebody's tuning in, maybe they don't watch a lot of NPL Women's Victoria football, but it's grand final, might as well. Who's someone that could turn the game that maybe some of the viewers won't have heard of at home?
I would say Isabella Wallhead, even though she's coming from Perth, she's come over here and does a stint with Heidelberg every time she is in Melbourne. She's a player that pulls the strings. She's very underrated. She almost comes behind the radar, I feel, a bit, but she brings the team together.
Heidelberg, of course, also weren't able to get honorary mention of Keely Lockhart in their squad, but she is here with them in memory. The tragic loss of Keely Lockhart earlier in the season. Her father will be walking out with the squad before the game today, as well as tossing the coin. So a 12th player in spirit for Heidelberg United. But Adriana, when you're looking at a team like this, in a grand final, we can see Heidelberg, they can score goals, they can defend. Who needs to be more switched on in a game like this to win it? Is the defence or the attack?
I'm a classic Italian way that defence wins games. So yeah, if you can kind of lock out a team, you know, you hope that your attackers can go down the other end and pinch a goal and close out the game. But I just think defensively to stay tight, but you also want your attackers doing their job, and at the end of the day you need to score more goals than the other team to win. So I guess it also depends what you're looking for. If you know, some teams get to the 90th minute of a game and you know, they want to go to extra time or they want to go to penalties because maybe they're more confident in that. So I think it just depends on what, you know, the strengths are in the team. And but yeah, I would say if teams can stay tight defensively, they're usually the ones that come out on top.
And Han, I asked you once a question to maybe inform some of the viewers, maybe some of our unfamiliar viewers of the NPL Women's Victoria. I'll ask you another one. Heidelberg, for those unaware, last season Heidelberg, around the mid-season point, the 2024 campaign, they were closer to the relegation zone than they were the finals places. But since then they had a change in coach and they've absolutely caught fire. Could you just take us through the transition this side has gone through, how they've transformed across the past year and a half?
Sure, it's through Sven. He came over as the interim coach in 2024, the mid-season there, and he kind of formed this team. It's the culture you find in teams that brings it together. They worked hard. I feel like they got those kind of the rough end of the season and they focused on the fundamentals of what football is, and they got together as a team. And their coach, Steph Galea, she was out injured for quite some time, so that perhaps could be a factor in it. But when she's come on board this season, I feel like the team lifted and her spirits lifted, and that you can bring that onto the pitch and you can see that as well. So the team, they feel like it's a new team that's come together. In the end of last season, their spirits, and it's a do or die attitude that they've got. They've played all the 90 minutes and you feel that and you sense that with the team culture.
And of course, everyone needs a dance partner on an occasion like this, and Heidelberg's today is going to be Box Hill United. Again, you talk about transformations. Box Hill were closer to the relegation zone than they were the finals and the midway point of this season, but some huge mid-season additions have seen them turn it around. They're unbeaten in 14. They've won their past 10 straight games, and let's take a look now at how Box Hill reached this final day of the campaign.
Overlapping run from Carberry, can't be used. She'll go to Olesino in the centre. Olesino, finish! What's an absolute screamer!
Getting herself in a position to strike, and she does! And she scores one of the great Box Hill goals!
Now the captain in Alice, and it's a wonder strike!
Olesino hits it! It's in!
Lead at for skills as we see Sienna Teixeira. Ha ha! The ball goes into Teixeira.
The final moments of this semi-final here at David Barrow Stadium.
Box Hill United there showing just why they have earned the right to pick up the mantle of those incredible Box Hill inter sides that dominated the 2000s. Dominated, in fact, against Heidelberg United quite a lot. They played against each other in 4 straight grand finals. I won't ask you about those, Adriana, because I'm not going to try to pretend you're the same vintage as me. But when you look at this Box Hill side, they've come in with all that momentum, but they've got some really good players. You've played against a lot of them, Sophia Sakalis, but in particular, Rihanna Policina. She's played just about 3/4 of a season now across the length of 2 campaigns for Box Hill. They've won 14, drawn 1, and lost only 3 with her in the squad. What makes her such a dangerous weapon, Minnie?
Yeah, Minnie is a great player. I've had the privilege to play against her a few times throughout the A-League, and I just think she's technically such a good player, but also a really smart player. One of those work smarter, not harder. She just finds really good pockets, always looks to go forward, and then can also just score from anywhere, as we saw last week when they played Bulleen, scoring that amazing free kick. You know, when your team needs a goal, she's kind of the person, I guess, they look to make something happen. And yeah, super creative player that I think can just kind of similar to what Han was saying, just pull the strings. So I think when she gets really in the flow of the game, the ball tends to just find her, and things start to happen for Box Hill.
Now, on the Box Hill starting 11, they too have made the one change, but it is a notable change. They have made a change at goalkeeper. Chloe McKenzie, she made a series of big saves when it was 1-0 to Bulleen in the semi-final last week to keep that deficit at 1, but she comes out of the side, and in her place, Teresa Morrissey comes in. And, well, Adriana, making a change of goalkeeper for a grand final, it can go one of 2 ways, can't it? It can go very badly or very well.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm not a football coach, because, I would struggle to make those kinds of calls. But, I think you're exactly right. It goes one or 2 ways. You're either... the sub's either a good thing or it's not such a good thing. But I think obviously the coach is showing the confidence in Morrissey there to come out and on this big occasion and step up. And, I guess we'll see how that one goes.
Because we've spoken about Steph Galea and the veteran leadership that Heidelberg got. Box Hill, they've got their own. So Olivia Ellis, who's been a stalwart of the NPL Women's Victoria competition for quite a while. She's been on this stage before with Burundara in a grand final against South Melbourne a few years ago. I think that might have been the last grand final we had in the old WPL, before the Women's Premier League, before it became the NPLW. But on a day like this, on an occasion like this, how important is veteran leadership? You had it with the likes of Alex Sinclair at Calder United. Just how important is it to have those seasoned heads in the change room?
nice way of putting it. I think it's super important, coming into a grand final as a younger player or someone who maybe hasn't played in a grand final before, you're going to be nervous and a little bit anxious. And I think having those girls that are more experienced and just have done it before just helps calm those nerves, and, helps the younger players kind of just go out and play like every other week. So I think it's super important. It's super important when it comes to managing the game as well, if it does go to extra time and penalties and those types of things. So super important.
We'll cross to Han Solo in a second, because she has gone across to midfield and will be having an interview with Interim Football Victoria Chief Executive Dan Birrell in a moment. But we, of course, also need to get to our predictions for this game. I hate having to give these. One, because I
Same.
try to be an objective, neutral journalist, so I hate giving them, but also because I invariably get them wrong. But Adriana, I'm going to throw you in it, make you go first. Who wins today?
I think I have a feeling. I said for the Nike Cup final that this was going to go to extra time and penalties, but I don't know why I have a feeling today that one of these two teams are going to win in normal time. Could be very wrong. I think Box Hill's going to come out on top. I don't know. I think they've just got a lot of game changers and a lot of people out there that can just pull the strings and make things happen. So I'm going to go Box Hill 2-1.
Because maybe
Super
I am a bit of a sadist, I'm going to say it's going to go to extra time, and then I am going to say it's going to go to a penalty shootout. So, who wins from that?
We'll wait and see.
It's a lottery. It's not a lottery, but I'm going to say it's a lottery because I love a cliche. But now we can cross over because I believe that Han has a special guest with her, interim Football Victoria Chief Executive Dan Birrell. Han, over to you.
I'm joined here by CEO of Football Victoria, Dan Birrell. Dan, what an occasion, what an exciting time to be here today. But also from Football Victoria, talk us through what's to come and what's the exciting times ahead.
Thanks, Han. Lovely to be here. What a beautiful day. A little bit overcast, but always good for a game of football. The home of the Matildas pitch one looks genuinely probably the best I've ever seen it look in my 2.5 years at FV. While the balls are raining down behind from us. But really excited to be here. We've got a massive day today, obviously, with the NPL Women's Final. Earlier in the day, we had the State League 1 and 2 grand finals between the respective Northwest, South, East winners. That was really exciting and saw Clifton Hill get up 4-2 over South Yarra. And it starts and continues what has been a massive month of football-related events for us. We had last weekend a number of our preliminary finals across both competitions. We're coming into the end of the community season, into school holidays with a lot of functions and activations. And excitingly for us, on Thursday we launched the inaugural Friends of Football in State Parliament, led by Anthony Gianfloni MP and John Pasuto MP, and supported by the Sports Minister Stephen Demopoulos as well. Massive for us, 50 MPs in the room, lots of mayors and so on, which was really exciting. And then it all comes together again for tomorrow's NPL Men's Final, our playoffs in the VPL competitions, Gala, and then the conclusion of all our final series next week. So September's always big, as we know, for sport, but it's even bigger for football in Victoria.
Very exciting times ahead. I just can't wait to see it all come unfold. Very exciting as well. But occasion like this, Box Hill, Heidelberg, big teams are to come together. And for Box Hill, it's a long time coming, a long time between drinks, between them being in an occasion like this. Do you have a sense of, between Heidelberg and Box Hill, what team may come out as winners today?
Yeah, always a bit tricky for me, Han, to give a bit of a tip. But I will say, really exciting for Box Hill. We see now, I think 2012 was the last time they're in the grand final, to my knowledge, in the NPL Women, or the equivalent, the VPL Women. I think they were Box Hill into back then as well. But they come in as the form team. So probably everything all before them. I think they're 11 in a row when we discussed pre-game, so coming up for their 12th in a row. Heidelberg, as we know, though, Nike Cup finalists here 3-4 weeks ago, excitingly. And then obviously won the premiership as well and went through really well in the season. Have been doing it for someone along that journey, as we know as well, Keely Lockhart, who we sadly lost earlier this season. And I know we're going to pay homage to her in the pre-game, as well as Maria Berry, who was a really influential figure in Victorian football and Victorian and Australian women's football as well. So yeah, today caps a massive season of women's football. As I said, today we had State League games and so on. But really exciting that we continue to see women's football grow across Victoria. Our numbers, as we know, our participant continues to grow. Clubs investing in women's program is what we want to see, and that's what's happened as well. So in terms of a tip, as I said, I would think Box Hill probably all to play for today. Heidelberg will be up for a challenge.
A tough call there. It's very, very sensible answer there. It feels like this program with Football Victoria, and you mentioned there throughout the week, it is building and it's becoming more exposure. Is there something more that we can work on perhaps, and is there stepping stones that we could work towards, expanding the women's football and also around Victoria and also Australia as well?
Yeah, so excitingly for us, we undertook a big review of our governance structure a couple of years ago, and as part of the Constitution, we've become the first state in Australia and the first federation, including FA, that have gone to a one club, one vote model. So we've got 350 plus clubs in Victoria. They all will now have the opportunity to vote, not only on our board, but obviously on decisions and key outcomes each year at our AGM. To do that, though, we have obviously a requirement around women and girls teams, all abilities programs and so on. And so excitingly for us, what we're actually seeing, yes, partly they're investing it for that opportunity, but they're investing it for the right reasons to make sure that they are impacting the wider community. In terms of what it looks like for this facility in Football Victoria as well, we'll see our state leagues come together from State 1 to 7 in the men's and women's next year, Pro-Rel, which is really exciting, and then obviously Stage 2 of the Home and the Matildas, which we've commenced discussions with government and local council about, as well as the Trobe University, who are big supporters of us on the day and over the journey. So really excited to see what Stage 2 looks like. But yeah.
Won't keep any longer. It's been a great pleasure to chat with you, Dan. It's just to get some more knowledge and insight into Football Victoria. I'm very excited to see what's going to come forward from today. Appreciate your time.
I'm just going to say one final thank you. Thanks to everyone watching at home. A big thank you as well to our naming rights partners, Chanel, massive supporter of Victorian football today, tomorrow, and over the NPL Final Series.
Wonderful. We'll bring it up to the guys in the commentary box because the match is just about to get started. Joey, Adriana, off to you.
Thank you very much, Han, and thank you to Interim Football Victoria Chief Executive Dan Birrell for his time. But the atmosphere does continue to build. Han, guys, your microphone's hot. But we'll keep going on. And, well, Adriana, moments like this, the anticipation for us up here in the gantry, for those in the commentary, not in the commentary, in the grandstands it's building. What are the players feeling right now? And there's just minutes until you get in the dressing room, you're getting your last instructions. Are players, are they terrified? Do you feel anything? What are you feeling in a moment like this?
Yeah, it's a bit different because I'm usually the one out there running around. But I think, well, for me personally as a player, I try just to go about it as I would any other game, as much as you possibly can. Obviously, it is a bigger occasion, and you know you're going to have those nerves and a little bit. You might be a little bit anxious, but I think you do the same preparations that you do every week, same warm up. You go through the same kind of routine and making sure that you're feeling good. And obviously, there's going to be a little bit more hype and excitement, but I think that adds to the game. And I think if you can turn those nerves and anxiousness into excitement. But yeah, for me, it's just doing the same routine and going about it like you would any other game.
Of course, these two sides, they have met twice already this season, and honours were in fact split. Heidelberg United, when admittedly both of these teams looked quite different, those mid-season additions hadn't arrived yet. They took out the first meeting, round 7 at Olympic Village, and then the last meeting between these two sides, round 18 at Wembley Park, when Heidelberg United, admittedly, they were missing several key contributors, but going down 2-0 to Box Hill, goals to Karina Rossi and Katie Cox for Pythagoras. Of course, Cox not playing today either, still absent with concussion symptoms, but as we see the highlights on our screen there, Adriana, is there a mental edge to be gained from the last time you met a side, you beat them 2-0 at home? You can take something from that into a game like this?
Yeah, I think you're always going to have in the back of your head, I guess, you're thinking about the last time that, you played this team and, maybe who you went up against. But I think you're probably not as focused on the result, just looking at how different the teams looked back then to what they are now. With red cards and people not playing and stuff like that. So I think you're definitely going to look at probably analysing as a player more of the game than kind of harping on the result. But like I said, grand final's a different ball game. You can't really look back and think about those past results because it's going to be completely different. I guess the one thing you can focus on is different tactically, what ways your opposition's going to play and ways to kind of stop that or break through that. But yeah, I think you're focusing on the game today and not really looking back too much on the past.
Indeed, it was a crazy game the last time these two sides played. Teresa Morrissey getting a red card and getting sent off in the first half, and we just saw very uncharacteristic error from Mia Bailey for the second goal of Box Hill. And I guess if you are Heidelberg, do you sort of have to take that from the game? It's that, yes, we lost, but we made these really uncharacteristic errors that led to the goals, and if we just do what we're supposed to do, just play the way that we are supposed to and we know we can, we won't repeat that.
Yeah, well, 100%. I think you look at both of those games and the mistakes that happened, and you're going to go into this game hoping that you don't make those mistakes. But again, I'm sure both teams have a plan to go out and play a certain way and not make mistakes. But sometimes football has a funny way of going, and things can happen that are not in your plan. So yeah, I think both teams are going to go out and try to stick to what they've, I guess, have trained throughout the week and what they've analysed on both teams, and stick to the game plan. But like I said, anything can happen, especially in finals football, and it's a kind of, do or die. You got to score and not concede and all these things, and this is where things can change in terms of the game plan, and where coaches come in and might need to change some things around as well.
And we're getting some footage there of the stands beginning to fill here at the home of the Matildas. Of course, this the first of 2 top flight grand finals taking place this weekend. Tomorrow, another opportunity for Heidelberg United to lift a trophy, this time in the men's game when they take on Dandenong City at Lakeside Stadium. And we did also see there, I think I could see him there on the broadcast, Adriana, Box Hill coach Kogilan Sabaratnam in his first full season as Box Hill coach. He's someone that you will know because he was there at Western United and Calder. What type of coach is he, and what's he thinking ahead of a game like this?
Yeah, he's a great coach. I think super aware of I think tactical side of the game, and analyzes the other team quite well, and kind of works out, where are their weaknesses and where can we exploit them. And then I think he focuses more on his team and what they can do and their strengths, and very much sticking to their game plan. One of those coaches that worries about themselves more than the other team. And I think he's going to be super excited, and he's going to go out and I think give a clear message to the girls and hope that they follow that. And I also think he'll be prepared, like I said before, if there's changes that need to be made and decisions that need to be made, he'll go ahead and do that.
As we see, both of these sides have now finished their warm-ups. They're heading into the dressing rooms. They're receiving their final instructions. So kickoff just moments away here at the home of the Matildas. But before we do, Adriana, I have to ask you, I said it was going to go to penalties in our predictions and extra time. How much does extra time and penalties actually play into your thinking before a game? When you go to bed throughout the week, knowing you've got a grand final, but you also know it might not just be 90 minutes, it might be 120 as well.
Personally, for me, I'm someone who thinks about it quite a bit. I think you're going into the game and you want it to finish in normal time. But again, if you're losing, then you want to push it to extra time and penalties, just to give yourself and your team the chance to come back and win it. I think, the first half, you ease into the game and kind of see where it's at. But for me, I know when I was playing a few years ago and the clock was ticking closer to the 90-minute mark, you start to get a little bit nervous, and I've got to run for another half an hour, and you're tired and you're sore, and you think, how are you going to get through this? And then that time elapses and you're like, oh no, now we've got to get into penalties. But like I said, I think if you're the team that's more confident in the penalties, then you're probably not fussed about it and you're doing everything you can to get to that. Then there's going to be teams who really don't want to go to penalties and want to finish it in normal time. But yeah, I'm definitely someone who thinks about it. I try not to, and I'm sure the players are trying not to. They're just trying to focus on the first half, second half, and then what happens after that. But it is a grand final, and it's something that might happen. So you're definitely it's going to be in the back of your mind somewhere.
Because speaking with both of these teams before the game, it certainly sounds like that maybe Box Hill has been practicing their penalties a bit more than Heidelberg in the lead up to this game. What approach do you think is more beneficial? Is it Box Hill getting the practice in so when the time comes they're ready? Or is it Heidelberg taking it easy, not getting into their own heads about this sort of thing?
I'm someone who practice repeats. So I think I did it with every team I had, where I would be practicing penalties leading up to a game like this, and you do it properly at training, where you got everyone lining up on the halfway line, walking down, taking the kick, walking back. So it's like trying to make it as realistic as possible. I think it's super important, just so obviously it's never going to be the same, and the pressure's always different when you're in front of a crowd and actually doing it. But I think if you can put yourself in a similar kind of moment, hopefully when you do go and take the penalty, it's not as, daunting and scary. So, yeah, I'm someone who's a practice, repeat and type of person, but I don't know, maybe Heidelberg will just come out and get it done.
Awesome. Well, kickoff is just moments away here at the home of the Matildas in the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. We are going to go to a quick break, but we'll have kickoff on the other side. Welcome back, everybody, to the home of the Matildas. As you can see, the referees are in the tunnel. I'm assuming the players are not far behind them as kickoff inches ever closer here in Melbourne's north. Our referee today is, well, a very familiar name in Victorian football circles, Shab Shaban. She's in fact refereed more NPL Women's Victoria games than anybody else, and today she takes charge in the middle for the decider. She will be assisted by Daphne Ganaris and Helena Panagiotidis. Angelique Mangian is the fourth official. Reserve assistant referee is Lauren White, and our match commissioner is Stephen White. So an all-star crew for our referees as we await the two sides to come out. And as we await the two sides to come out, Adriana, and be warned, I might wrap you up if they do start to come out, but as a referee, do you want them to put their stamp on things early or just let the girls play?
I think I'm a bit in between. I think as a referee, you need to take control of the game early on, but also you do want to let it flow and not pick up on too many things. So yeah, I think if there's some bad challenges coming in, you kind of want to stamp that out straight away so the game doesn't turn ugly or anything like that. But you also do want to let it flow and let the game kind of get the girls to get into it a little bit. But Shab's a great ref, and I've had her a few times as well, and she's great at communicating with the girls, which is always a nice thing to have with a referee.
As we see there on the broadcast, the coaching duo of Heidelberg, Dennis Georgakopoulos, a one-time Box Hill interim coach, and Sven Simald heading over to the dugout. Steph Galea with them as well, exchanging a few friendly words with our officiating crew. The two sides beginning to make their way out now. Rihanna Policina will skipper Box Hill United. Looks like Mia Bailey will lead the side out in the absence of Steph Galea for Heidelberg. The moments of destiny almost upon us. The team lineups just being read out here on the grandstands. Heidelberg United, as you can see there behind them, they will be wearing their yellow and black kits for this game, the famous yellow and black kits of Heidelberg United. Alexander. Box Hill United wearing their blue kits, the famous blue of Box Hill Inter before Box Hill United, the blue that has lifted so many trophies. Always nice to make the players wait in the tunnel just that little bit more for everything to get teed up as well, isn't it? If you weren't nervous before, now you can. Just stew in your juices.
Yeah.
See which players exchange a friendly word with the opposition and which ones pretend they don't exist, as the two teams make their way out here onto the surface of the home of the Matildas. 90 minutes, 120 minutes potentially, or even penalties standing between these two sides. And grand final glory, championship glory. We will have the national anthem before kickoff, but before we have that, we will also have a minute's silence for an important and beloved member of the Victorian football community. Victorian women's football especially lost a giant in the form of Maria Berry, a Hall of Famer of Football Victoria, an unwavering pioneer of the women's game, whose impact has resonated not across just the grassroots and the state level here in Victoria, but on a national and international level with her work with the Australian women's football. Heidelberg United and Box Hill United. Kickoff just moments away here at the home of the Matildas. Box Hill United looking to win a 10th title in their history, to equal the history-making Greensborough side, the pioneers of women's football here in Victoria. Heidelberg United looking for their 3rd title in their club's history, looking to become the 11th side since the adoption of the grand final model here in 2004 to complete the Premiership and Championship double. Box Hill Inter, they did it 5 times. Heidelberg themselves did it in 2007. Calder United did it twice, and South Melbourne have done it twice. So will the Burgers join Calder and South Melbourne in a 2-time double-winning side. Rihanna Policina and Mia Bailey preparing for the coin toss. Looks like Box Hill won it. Good signs? Read anything into that?
Nah, not really.
Of course not. But it looks as though the sides will be as they were. So it does appear as though in the first half, Box Hill United will be kicking from the left to the right of your screen here at the home of the Matildas. Heidelberg United kicking from the right to the left. Final huddles here. Final opportunity for the captains to have their say. Can that be more inspirational than a coach's speech? What are the captains saying at this point?
Oh, I think sometimes, yeah. I think hearing it from your teammate is a bit different. But I think, yeah, just as a captain, you're probably reiterating what your coach has said, and more so just kind of calming everyone down. You know, go out there, play your game, and get into the flow of it. Yeah, last few words of motivation, and just to kind of keep everyone calm as well.
Who gave you the best ever pre-game wrap-up? Which captain?
Well, I'd have to say probably Chloe Lagazzo, but Jess McDonald, first season of Western, threw some pretty great speeches out that really, really revved me up sometimes. So I'd probably say those are probably the 2 that are on par, yeah.
Well, the pre-game huddles have concluded. The 2 sides assuming their positions, kickoff imminent. Heidelberg United will have the honours of taking it. Sawa Matsuda, the golden boot winner of the campaign, gets us underway in the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. And it's knocked forward by Heidelberg, and it will fall to Matsuda, who gets it back to Asuka Miyota. Barrero on the left. Look at the carriage. She can't bring it in. Barrero, she certainly looked like she meant business in the national anthems. Had a very mean face on. But then, well, early touch for referee Shab Shaban, but she's not supposed to get that, so Box Hill's ball. Now opportunity for Pythagoras to just have a few touches. Josie Olasino dropping deep to receive between the 2 centre-backs. Announcer in the week that Olasino, she's off to Canberra United in the coming A-League Women's season. But now, Policina. Holly Murray. Tried to combine with Sakalis, but it's going to get picked out by the Burgers. Miata tried to get her boot through it, couldn't make proper contact. Ball up for grabs, coming through with it is Heidelberg. O'Donoghue doing a little pirouette. The ricochet's going to favour Carriage, dragging it back onto her right. Deflected away. Heidelberg enjoying the territory in this opening 90 seconds of the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Taken away by Policina. Sakalis. Heidelberg trying to play this short, sharp passing game. It has helped spur their winning run, but it's taken away by Heidelberg once more. Carriage. Swarmed. Picallo. Bit of space out here on the right to advance into. Barrero trying to get back. And in the end, she will gratefully accept the loose ball as Vicallo just fell over and not sure if she's come a cropper or, yeah, maybe holding on to her left knee and not promising signs for Box Hill early if there's potential injury here, Adriana.
No, that's not what you want to see in the first 3-4 minutes of the game, someone getting injured, but I think she's okay.
Certainly the adrenaline of a grand final, no doubt, helping her to just try to run it off, which is what it looks like she's going to do. Nicolina Vicallo did come off after 57 minutes last week with Box Hill up 2-1 over Bulleen. Fourth year at Box Hill in 2025. Signed from what was at the time Bayside United, is now the Bentley Greens. Yeah, Bailey puts her boot through it. Matsuda nods it on. The foot race is on. Bronte Peel, bundle of energy that she is up front, chasing it down, and her endeavour is rewarded with a throw-in on that right flank. Policina just tried to let the ball come to her. O'Donoghue was having none of it. Second bite of the cherry for the Box Hill skipper, and she's breaking away now, trying to slide a ball down the left. Eventually will bounce out to Sophia Sakalis. Bring it back inside, finding Policina. Cleaned up by Rosie Wild, but fairly, according to Shab Shaban. Let the opposition talisman know you're there early, Andrea?
Yeah, 100%. I'm all for that. Put a tackle in, let them know it's going to be a tough game. But you can see Heidelberg don't want Minnie on the ball in those pockets, really causing some hassle for her as well.
As Heidelberg assume their defensive shape. 4-1-4-1. Matsuda on her own. Up front, Box Hill will just knock it about, trying to drag the Burgers out of position. Attempted turn by Liv Ellis doesn't quite come off, and it will be a Heidelberg ball. Another throw in for Heidelberg, and well, we do have Han Solo down there on the sideline. And Han, now that kickoff has taken place, just what are the conditions like out there?
It feels quite humid down here on ground level. It's very sweaty for the players, so it may play a factor, but no really rain inside at this stage. But it's that humid kind of breathing conditions that might affect the players. But they're looking pretty tame at the moment, and I don't think it's phasing them at all.
Thank you very much, Han. We will cross across to Han Solo throughout the game.
I think both teams have started quite well, trying to get possession of the ball, find little pockets and move up. You can see how kind of fluid Box Hill are with their positioning as well. Minnie just kind of finding little pockets and Sakalis drifting inside as well. So yeah, interesting to see how that plays out. But I think for Heidelberg, if they can kind of win the ball early and go on the break, that could be their chance to score on the counter, while Box Hill might be slightly out of position as well.
Well, first corner of the game, and it's going to go Box Hill's way. Karina Rossi winning it. Policina taking it short, looking to combine with Josie Olasino. Back to Policina. Olasino again. Her, well, if it was a shot or a pass, whatever it was close down. Nice 1-2. We'll tee up Policina in the box. Couldn't get the shot away. Heidelberg needed to scramble, and they did. Asuka Miyasa got it to Saha Matsuda, and now Miyasa again looking for Peel. Has support, and it's found there in the form of Levin. Tamar Levin closed down quickly. Cool heads in the Box Hill defence, winning the ball back and not immediately putting their boot through it. Going to try to play it out. Sophia Paliwada, 19-year-old. It's been an ever-present figure for Box Hill throughout the season. Missed just the one game. Rossi now. Almost teeing up a teammate just behind her. Miscommunication between Miata and Carriage. Allowed Micalo, who definitely looks like she's shaken off whatever ailment she picked up early on the ball, but Rossi just straying into an offside position. Karina Rossi has started every game for Box Hill since her mid-season arrival from Melbourne City. 7 goals on the campaign for the striker. Was one of the many Box Hill players on the score sheet in their 7-2 win over Preston in the final round of the season, a result which sealed their 3rd place and a trip to FC Bulleen Lions, which they subsequently won.
I think Box Hill are doing a really good job of being patient and keeping the ball. You can see they're trying to come up the field, short little passes and play around the box, and they look a little bit more comfortable on the ball right now. But Heidelberg are also doing a good job to keep a nice tight block and keep them playing around and not through.
Murray gets it to Sakalis, who's going to turn upfield and run towards the penalty area. Then get cleaned up. The advantage is played and subsequently disappears as Cameron Barrero intercepts. Carriage to Miata. Coming under a lot of pressure in that midfield, but she did well. Carriage didn't. Giving the ball straight back to Box Hill. Carlo. Brings it back inside for Policina. Right-footed low, bouncing ball. Cleared away. Carriage. Shielding the ball well against Maho Murakami, who's been fantastic for Box Hill since her mid-season arrival. Was playing in the Japanese First Division. Fancied a change of scenery and found it at Wembley Park. Handy when head coach Kogilan Sabaratnam grew up in Japan and speaks fluent Japanese. Sakalis tries to turn it around the corner for Policina, but Mini just straying into an offside position. But I guess if you're Heidelberg, we are beginning to increasingly see the combinations between Sakalis and Policina, just danger signs.
Yeah, I think a little bit. You can see at Heidelberg what they're trying to do, and it's actually really nice to watch. Short little sharp passes. But again, I think it's working because of how fluid they are. Positions, Mini seems to be all over the park and getting on the ball, and that can be really hard to mark sometimes. But that's where I think Heidelberg just have to stay tight and keep them going wide. And when they do win the ball back, it's get forward as quick as possible and potentially get them out of position on the counter. But yeah, I think definitely they need to shut those little short, sharp passes out as soon as possible.
Levin tried to just turn her marker, unsuccessful in the attempt. Murakami knocks it forward. Sent skyward by the Berger backline. Matsuda knocks it to Miata, who looks from the wash-up, the reactions, I think the intention was Carriage. Carriage wasn't aware of it. Parbury steaming upfield and then looking to play the ball into space for Bicalo. Well worked up the right by Box Hill. Parbury kept up her run. Instead, Murakami can have an effort from outside the box, but it's going to sail well over.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of space out there. I think Box Hill are using it a little bit better than Heidelberg right now. I think Heidelberg are looking to break forward quickly, but just giving the ball away a little bit too much and then having to go back and defend. So I think, yeah, Heidelberg just need to settle down on the ball a little bit more and kind of try and keep possession more in their middle to front third.
Here's Mia Bailey. Had a couple of injury issues at the end of the season, but now back between the posts for Heidelberg. She clears this one away, goes long. Heisen just lets it run out for a throw-in. Sends it up the right flank. Ball in dispute. Heisen claims. Heisen getting a few touches in there. Box Hill ball. Throw-in taken quickly. Rossi can't collect. O'Donoghue lays it forward. Samar Levin will turn. Trying to free Bronte Peel up the right. It was read well by Holly Murray. Asks where the runs are and gets closed down by Aska Miata. So not a lot open to the soon-to-be Adelaide United defender. At least her side has retained possession. Rossi gives chase, but watch Bailey put it over her head. Levin sandwich between Olasino and Sakalis. Sees Box Hill come up with it, but they can't take advantage. Sarah O'Donoghue, bit of space out here on the left if they can move it over. So looking for Matsuda in a central position. Play on is the call.
I think both teams are just trying to force it a little bit too much through the middle. A lot of space in the wide areas. I think if they can just prepare a little bit more, be a little bit more patient on the ball, maybe those little spaces in the middle of the park will open up.
That ball will just snake through. Calais will give chase, but has to regretfully watch it roll over the goal line for a goal kick. There's different types of pressure hanging over both of these sides. The pressure on Heidelberg. We're going to go back to back, get that Premiership Championship double. Also the pressure of having lost the Nike FC Cup final on this ground. Meanwhile, Box Hill, well, it's been a very long time between drinks for them. 13 years since their last grand final, 4,745 days to be exact, since Box Hill were on this stage. Oh! Got a head clash there, it appears, between Murray and Shab Shaban. The play's going to immediately stop as players will check on our official. And Shab has not moved. So not our usual stoppage, but you've got to hope that Shab is okay. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, an incredibly experienced referee here in Victoria. Today's her 88th NPL Women's Victoria game. 34 clear of the next most frequent official. As both sides are going to take advantage of what I guess a medical timeout 15 minutes in to receive some instructions and drinks. And well, our referee Shab Shaban receives treatment. I guess 15 minutes in, the coach is taking advantage of this early timeout. What do you reckon they're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's obviously not a usual thing to happen. We hope Shab's okay. But yeah, I guess it is a good time to 15 minutes in, analyse kind of how the game's kind of started and give a few pointers and have a drink and, yeah, settle the nerves a little bit. But, yeah, I think the coaches will be just saying maybe, yeah, calm down, keep the ball, be a little bit more patient. There is a lot of space out there. So, yeah, just I think move the ball a bit quicker and try and find those pockets. Yeah, and just settle into the game a little bit more. You can have conversations with players one-on-one as well if you're noticing things with your direct opposition. And, yeah, it's a good time, I guess, to regroup.
Well, we've got Daphne Ganaris and Helena Panagiotidis, the assistants. The fourth official, Angelique Mangan, who I guess is the next official up in the event that referee Shab Shaban can't continue. Reserve assistant referee was Lauren White. And I must admit, I'd never seen a reserve assistant referee on any team sheet before, but what do we know? Because it might appear to be a stroke of genius.
I guess they would have subs like we would, hey.
Unlimited amount of them. So, if nothing else, this guaranteeing us we will have a healthy amount of added time at the end of this opening stanza. Now a 3 or so minute break of play already. Get a look in the stands. Jeff Hopkins, Melbourne Victory coach, told he's here today.
Probably checking out some of his players as well.
Yeah, I guess it's an awkward situation for some of these, something that you would have had to confront and think about as well, Adriana. A-League women's season, well, pre-season starting for a lot of clubs, but you've also got finals football for these NPL players. You don't want to get hurt ahead of the A-League women's season, but you've put in the hard yards. You want to get the reward for the NPLW. Just what sort of balancing act, juggling act is that?
Yeah, I think for a lot of the girls that do choose to play NPL in the off-season, it's a great way to obviously stay fit and get touches on the ball. But I think if you're going to do it, you need to do it all the way up until the finals. You know, I think to go in, help a team get there, and then not be able to play would be, it's not what you want to do as a player. These are the games that you want to be playing in. So, I think if you can tee it up with your A-League club that they're okay for you to play all the way up until then that's what I would do. But I also know a lot of girls that don't play NPL and focus more on their individual training and kind of use that time to focus on things that they need to focus on. But, yeah, these are the games you want to be playing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Grand final football. The home of the Matildas. This is Shab Shaban back to her feet. Looks like she's got a bandage covering up her eye. Doesn't look like she is going to be able to continue, unfortunately. Looks like she's shedding the communications device that referees wear these days. So our first change of the game won't be made by Heidelberg or Box Hill, but instead our referees crew. Very unfortunate for Shab. Love, as you said, Adriana, great official, lovely person.
Yeah, I just hope she's okay. Obviously not what you want to see, and she's probably going to be a bit upset as well as a referee. I guess these are the type of games you want to be reffing in as well. So
she'll also be upset that we're talking about her. She hates it when we talk about her on the broadcast.
Give her all the attention.
Both teams now heading out. They're just knocking the cobwebs out.
Yeah, I guess it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Like we said before, it's a good chance to regroup, but you also don't, you're in 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, you're into the flow of the game a little bit. So I guess this is kind of like another little restart. So, yeah, you hope everyone's got their touches all good and have settled in and didn't get too cold.
Well, we were talking before the break, Adriana, about how the combination play for Box Hill, we were increasingly beginning to see it. They were finding their rhythm, finding that psychic connection on these short, sharp passes. Could this break work to the benefit of Heidelberg? Because that momentum is now snapped and Box Hill will have to build it all up again. Yeah,
possibly. Yeah, for sure. I think you could see Box Hill was starting to get into it and getting the rhythm of it and finding those little pockets of space and connecting those passes. And I guess this would favour Heidelberg now. They'll have to kind of pick that back up again and regroup in that way. I think, this is a chance for Heidelberg to get more possession of the ball, get it forward and put the pressure on them and maybe pinch a goal.
There's finals experience definitely in favour of Heidelberg United, defending champions. Many members of this squad, part of that grand final winning side from last season. Because we were talking about the last time that Box Hill were in a grand final 13 years ago. They were in the wilderness of even just finals football for quite a while as well. Coming into this season, they hadn't played a final since the 2013 minor semi-final when they were eliminated 2-1 by Heidelberg, of all sides. Stacey Papadopoulos on the score sheet for Box Hill that day, one of your former teammates, Adriana. So that was 12 years ago. The last time Box Hill were even in a final coming into 2025. Final? Oh, I'm not counting those. Not counting those. If we were to include
I only brought it up because we beat them in it.
Yeah, you beat them twice in it. You beat them twice back-to-back years, 28. Although you were with Geelong Galaxy for the first one. So, but yes, they did make during that finals exodus. They did make Nike FC Cup / Team Up Cup finals. Defeated on both occasions by Calder United. 2018 team app couple, so the last time Box Hill were involved in a penalty shootout, they needed penalties to get past Melbourne Uni in the 5th round of that year's iteration, so it's been quite a while since they were involved in a shootout as well. Heidelberg, of course, losing the Nike FC Cup final to South Melbourne on penalties earlier in the season, so they do have more recent history in that regard, but not all too auspicious history. The play has resumed here at the home of the Matildas. And the ball will be in the hands of Barrero. Gets it going, but Box Hill immediately taking it back. Murakami's pass, sense in the Bucalo direction. Maybe after that break, that cool down period, the radar just not working as well as it might have. Goes out for a throw-in. Guerrero gets there before Policina. Murakami just has the ball scoot under her and trip her up. Lots of blue shirts in the area, and they'll use that numerical advantage to take the ball away from Carriage. Parbury, oh, risky pass, but she'll get away with it. Josie Olasino dropping between the centre backs once more. Box Hill eventually working the ball into Heidelberg's side of the pitch, but it's only to a 50-50, but it's a 50-51 by Parbury. The youngster, the cutback, looking for somebody at the top of the box, but it picked out by Heidelberg. With the young right back almost creating something out of nothing.
Yeah, that was the right idea there. Just get the ball hard and low across the box and hope a teammate comes through. Well defended by Heidelberg to get back behind the ball as well. As Box Hill get another extended period of possession, we'll cross back down to Han Solo now on the sideline. Han, you were down there soaking it up, as Rossi will see that one bounce away from her. You were down there soaking it up during the stoppage. Just what's that done to the mood of the players and the fans here in the stands?
It did feel that the mood just really died down a little bit here. That it was just a sudden shock of collision that was very unsuspected, and it did kind of, create that slow motion movement throughout the club. Both clubs were very concerned about Shab and her way of getting up again. So we were very concerned there, but they've gone up again. They've recapped it. They've got a moment to kind of recap and feel the game back, because it was moving along quite smoothly until that stoppage. But I feel like they're up and running again, but it was a moment where even the captain, Steph Gillier, came over and see the well-being of Shab. But she's okay now, hopefully. But I'll continue on and bring her back up to you, Joey.
Thank you very much, Han. As Box Hill maybe looking to get out quickly. Policina finds Sophia Sakalis. She's bundled over, but bundled over fairly. One back by Box Hill. Policina will wind up and flash it across the face of goal. And if there's any player that can hit them from that distance, Adriana, it's Rihanna Policina. Yeah,
you could see she was lining up for that one. I think the ball just got a little bit stuck under her foot and delayed the shot a bit. But yeah, 100%. We know she can score goals from there, and why not when you got that space. But yeah, I think Box Hill have definitely come out of the break the better team. They just seem a little bit more comfortable on the ball, getting it down and playing. And here we go. We see Heidelberg getting it on the break and on the counter.
Moving quickly, and the shot will come in from range. And Teresa Morrissey, probably heart was sent a flutter for just a moment until she, well, did the geometry, did the maths, and figured out that that ball was sailing high and wide, but audacious attempt. And if you're going to pull something off like that, well, grand final's the stage to do it, I guess.
Exactly.
Policina now. The shoot by Levin, got the pass away to Sakalis. Ellis sends the ball up the flank, but because Sakalis had inverted, there was nobody there to receive it. Sakalis and Ellis combining into space on the left. Will fall favourably for Miata, who just tried to quickly boot it back across her body. Couldn't make proper contact. Bucalo working against Barrero.
Yeah, I think Heidelberg are just struggling to get a foot on the ball at the minute. They seem to win it back and give it away a little bit too cheaply, which is going to become frustrating throughout the game. Levin
turns her body, maybe had a shout for a free kick against Olasino, but the advantage maybe has been played. Bronte Peel closed down quickly by Liv Ellis. And then Matsuda just pouncing on the ball as it ricocheted away from Parbury, but comfortable collection for Teresa Morrissey. Morrissey getting the start today, as we mentioned. After missing the semi-final win over Bulleen, it was Chloe McKenzie between the sticks that day. An embarrassment of riches for coach Kogulan Sabaratnam when it comes to his goalkeeping stocks, but, well, makes for rather difficult conversations in grand final week.
Tough decisions, but I guess good ones, if sometimes. It just depends the way you look at it.
Better to have two keepers than no keepers,
exactly.
I guess. As Miata rides one challenge. Left-footed cross is picked out by Holly Murray, and we'll get a Heidelberg corner from that left-hand side. Half an hour gone here at the home of the Matildas. Well, half an hour off the clock. We haven't played half an hour. We did have that lengthy stoppage, but opportunity for a set piece for Heidelberg, who have maybe been chasing behind off the pace in these past few minutes. Can a set piece deliver them an avenue back into this one? As that's being set up. Mark Torcazo on his phone just behind our shot there as the ball is whipped in. Philippines women's national team coach.
It's definitely Mark because he's always on the phone. So
as Caitlin Carriage brings a call across. Well, Heidelberg do have a player in Marika Chua on the bench who has spent time in the Philippines junior international setup. So maybe an opportunity for her to come on and impress the senior team boss. Has been great throughout the tail end of the NPL Women's Victoria season to see Matilda's coach, Joe Montemuro, at local games as well. Box Hill bringing the ball in once more, looking for that back post run. With Bucalo, but aware of the danger, is Mia Bailey. She'll just boot it away as a bit of sun peeks out from the cloud cover here at the home of the Matildas. So Carlos just able to get it forward before she was challenged, sent straight back. Asuka Miata turning, looking for Matsuda. She's in behind. The golden boot winner, Matsuda. What a challenge to deny her. Elwyn Parbury with a potential goal-stopping challenge.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. That's a game-winning tackle.
Certainly, had she been able to get that off, Sawa Matsuda, 19 goals across the regular season and finals. You would have been backing her.
Yeah, for sure.
And really, the most clear-cut chance either side has been able to create thus far. It's certainly been an arm wrestle, hasn't it, Adriana?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like you said, that's probably been the clearest chance. The others have been kind of neither here or there. But, yeah, I think Box Hill have had probably more possession, like I said before, controlled possession, but haven't caused too much trouble for Heidelberg and going forward. But that's football, yeah, and I think that's Heidelberg's avenue to goal, is to win the ball quickly and go forward on the counter, just like we saw then.
There's Karic, who's gone central, has that ball ricochet off her, goes to a teammate's advantage. Levin, a little spin move, and again in for Matsuda in behind. Can she convert this time? Parbury, well, she got back and monstered her enough to put her off the shot, and again, the right back denying Heidelberg's talisman. And then she's on the scene, wanting to receive that ball, and does. Over from Paliwada. Olasino. And now the ball in behind for Rossi. Maybe the game beginning to open up a bit. As Rossi trying the clever back heel after being forced wide, but giving away the free kick.
I think that long ball is on, but I think Rossi's just been super isolated when it comes to that long ball. So I think if Heidelberg can just find those shorter passes like they were at the start of the game, have a few more numbers around the ball, they might find a little bit more success going forward.
Again, Heidelberg, they're really trying to zero in on these runs in behind from Matsuda. You can see the adjustments they've made. Caitlin Karic started the game on the left, but maybe the coaching staff in the dugout have identified that left-hand flank as something for Matsuda, because she's shifted over there now. And we've seen 2 opportunities for her to burst in behind. Only to be denied at the last, but how much longer can Box Hill afford to rely on that last gasp of defending before they close off that avenue to goal? Peel knocked it around the corner. Again looking for Matsuda, but off her line, Teresa Morrissey. Maybe Box Hill, after these brief forays of excitement from Heidelberg, just looking to figure out a way to wrest control back. Murray's long ball upfield was intended for Sakalis. Didn't come off, so Murray will have the opportunity to just reset, going across to centre-back partner Sophia Paliwada. Now, Parbury floating the ball across, looking for Rossi. Bailey had to come and grabs it on the second time of asking.
Yeah, not a bad idea there. I think she was in 2 minds whether to drive or put that ball early across the back line of Heidelberg. Didn't quite execute it the way she wanted.
Hasten knocking that ball out for a throw-in. As you can see, the grey skies here at the home of the Matildas. The rain has held off for now. Maybe just the odd smattering of drizzle that didn't stick around. Sakalis, that's a clever flick. But it was a flick to an offside Josie Olasino. And as we come up towards the 40-minute mark of this game, we can cross down once again to Han Solo. And Han, from your position down there, I can see it between the dugouts. Just what's the vibe of the two coaching staffs? Like, are they pacing around? Are they nervous? What sort of emotions are you picking up from the two coaches?
Surprisingly very calm at this stage, both coaches. They are pacing a few times when it gets a little bit nervy down their end of the goals, but otherwise they seem very, very calm.
One wonders how long they can stay calm with opportunities like that. As Ollie Murray came under a lot of pressure in defence. Thank you very much for that, Han. We'll cross back to you for any more updates, and we'll cross to you at halftime as well for a chat with some of the players after the opening 45 minutes. Sakala shielding the ball. She's been, well, they've been quick to get bodies on her throughout this game, Heidelberg, have they, with Sophia Sakalis? And again, it's going to force a turnover.
Yeah, I think Heidelberg's stepped up in terms of winning the ball back. I think winning those second balls in the midfield and in those wide areas, and they've been able to pick it up a little bit more and go forward. But I feel like Box Hill needs to just go back to playing their style a little bit more. I think they're resorting to the long ball a little bit, and Heidelberg's winning those second balls and getting a little bit more possession.
Slight heart and mouth moment for Heidelberg there in their back line, but they see it off. Now Levin will get it out to Carriage on the right, stood up by Ellis. She'll go inside looking for Miasa. Ricochet out, but O'Donoghue, well, wound up, and it was sort of sitting up for her that if she hit it flush, you never know, but, well, she didn't hit it flush, did she?
No, but she can hit them, so.
If you don't buy a ticket, you do not win the raffle, as it were.
That's right.
But Morrissey continues to, well, she hasn't really had to do a lot. The two golden opportunities for Matsuda denied by some defending from Elwyn Parbury. As that ball is well won by Murakami. Probably gets the free kick. A real influx of Japanese talent into the Victorian women's top flight over the years, much to the benefit of the league. Some real difference makers. Played with a few yourself, haven't you, Adriana?
Yeah, and they're always great technical players, and I think it's great for the league.
Seen some of them win A-League women contracts as well with their play in the Victorian top flight. As the flag is going to go up there, and it's going to be a free kick won by Elwyn Parbury in a very intriguing position. So almost a short-range corner. Policina has come across. We saw her score a free kick against Boleyn last week. Just huddling up there. Surely this is teeing something up from the trading track rather than going for goal.
Yeah, it looks like it. I was going to say if they've got a left footer in the team, could be a... Yeah, it looks like they're teeing something up.
Josie Olasino coming across to just have a word with Policina, who now stands alone. Two-player wall staring her down. Conga line of players has formed towards the back of the penalty area for Box Hill, waiting for the signal and the runs to come. Policina dinks it up. Bailey Kane couldn't get it with a double punch. And it's just going to ricochet out, last off a Box Hill player, and a, well, nervy moment, but a goal kick.
Yeah, great ball from Minnie there. A little touch off anything really, and that's going in the goal. So with less than 3 minutes of regulation remaining here, the home of the Matildas, the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. It remains scoreless.
have a healthy dose of added time after the 45 expires. Can either of these sides find a breakthrough? Of course, Box Hill delivered a dagger to Bulleen in the semi-final last week in the 3rd minute of added time of the first half. Jesse Olasino scoring to make it 2-1. Olasino and Murray. Defensive header, knocking it clear. Box Hill can reload and come again. Box Hill today looking to continue something of an emerging trend in Victorian women's football. Team inside the top 2 hasn't actually won the championship since back in 2022 when Calder United did it. Not the most of auspicious omens if you are the premiers, Heidelberg United. Policina has that ball taken away from her. Looking for a handball from the crowd. But now the Sawa Matsuda was steaming forward, had an angle in behind. Heidelberg couldn't work the ball to her, and then Murakami from very long range gives a bit of catching practice for Mia Bailey. Matsuda now shook off the attention of the defenders and knocked it forward. Heels press, wins it back for Heidelberg. Carriage now, closed down by Sakalis. There's her pocket picked. Ellis is on the scene, and it's going to be a free kick for Box Hill.
Yeah, I feel like the game's getting a little bit transitional now. I think both teams may be sensing half-time coming, a little bit more desperate for a goal. And it seems to just, get a little bit more back and forth. I think both teams need to just be a little bit more patient, keep the ball. Keep working the ball up as well.
Building up from the back once more, Box Hill. Building back or going long, one of the two. Ball was intended for Sakalis. As the signal, it's official 8 minutes of added time here at the end of this opening stanza. So after that very lengthy delay, 8 minutes of additional football. Olasino flicks that one on. Hasten gets there first. Sends it out for a throw-in. Rossi stood up and stood up well. Carriage was on the scene, but the ball is poked away to Sakalis to Box Hill's advantage. Olasino kept it along the turf, looking for Policina, went behind her though. Miscommunication, sees that pass intended for Masuda, go to Parbury. Sakalis received a pass from an offside Rossi. So that attack will peter out.
Yeah, you can see Heidelberg looking for those little slip passes, and they've got the right idea. I think they just need to move the ball a little bit quicker. Heidelberg seem to be getting a little toe on it and ricocheting the ball. So I think if they can just do it a little bit quicker, they might find a little bit more joy, and those passes might start coming off.
Olasino's pressure almost causes a mischief. Heidelberg gather themselves, knocking in behind, looking for Peel. Morrissey read the play well, came out to grab the ball. And Morrissey will be noting this, won't she, in the Box Hill goal, Adriana, that Heidelberg, they're zeroing in on these balls in behind, so she has to be aware and ready to come out.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're looking like they're focusing on more going direct and over the top, so she's going to be ready off her line to intercept that. But I think Heidelberg, it's not a bad idea, but I think it's a little bit too straight right now. I think if they can maybe get a bit more angle on the ball and maybe get it to wide areas first, drag out Box Hill, then they can maybe find a little bit more space throughout the middle.
It's a free kick for Murray. Loops it into the penalty area, headed clear. Matsuda getting back, couldn't bring it around her. Sakalis' header looking for Rossi. Scrambling defence from Heidelberg, Rosie Wild. Kami got it to Sakalis. Rossi in there as well, but again the flag will go up.
I think for Box Hill as well, I think they seem to be going back into where they've come from. Under that pressure, I think they did a good job in the first kind of 15-20 minutes of kind of swinging it from side to side and finding more space. So I think if they can look to do that again, go from one side of the pitch and bring it to the other a little bit quicker, they might find a little bit more space.
So sideline reporter Han Solo almost got a touch there. Let's quickly move out of the way. Kami just able to poke it back to Murray. Ellis. Again, the flag will be raised. And, well, it's a few times now in these past few exchanges that Rossi's just maybe miscalculated or just not observed the defence stepping up.
Yeah, Heidelberg did a really good job in the Night Cup final, holding a pretty tight line. So, yeah, Rossi just needs to be aware of that and adjust her runs a little bit.
Heck of a stage for the 18-year-old Rossi to be leading this Box Hill line. He does fly under the radar a little bit with the likes of Policina, Sakalis, Monokami in there as well, but has put together a heck of a season for Box Hill. If she's on the ball now, and is bundled off the ball by Karic. Good use of the body by the Heidelberg attacker in defence. It'll certainly be very interesting to see what adjustments these two coaching staffs make at the halftime break. We've already seen Heidelberg make that shift around, kick Matsuda out to the left. Kick Karic out to the right. On the ball now, Miata. That's a gorgeous touch from Aska Miata. Springing Heidelberg forward. Can they deliver a dagger just before half-time? It wouldn't have counted had the shot been clean because Matsuda was in an offside position. Everything except that last little flourish there for Heidelberg, Adriana.
Yeah, that was a great ball. I think it was from Levin. That had a great drive through the midfield and flicked that forward. I actually think Matsuda probably could have stayed wide and maybe held that space for Levin to run into. But a great little run, great little ball. And if that's onside and comes off, then, you know, that's one up to Heidelberg. So, yeah, that's much better from Heidelberg, though. I think winning the ball in midfield, driving forward, forcing Box Hill to step, and then slipping it in behind.
There's Levin closed down by Monokami, winning a throw-in. Just at 7 of the 8 added minutes. At the conclusion of this opening stanza have been observed. 60 more seconds for one of these sides to do something if they want to take a lead into the sheds at the main break. Rossi, that's a good ball in behind. Bailey's come out, not clean with it. Where does the ball go? It goes to Sarah O'Donoghue. But Box Hill immediately smelling blood, stepping up, winning it back. Olasino knocking it forward. Bucallo has stayed up there. Comes under pressure from O'Donoghue. They both go to the ground. Play on is the call. Murray's defensive header. Murakami. Knocked clear by Heidelberg. Asker Miata. Is it poked away by Policina? Murakami picks it up. Bit of triangle work now in the midfield. Just about 10 seconds of this added time remaining, plus whatever is decreed further necessary. So if it's going to happen for Box Hill, it has to happen now. Josie Olasino turns, poked away, and that probably will do it. No, we'll get a throw-in.
Yeah, I just think when Murakami picked up the ball there, she looked to go straight over the top. But again, I think it's just too much of a straight ball. I think it needs a little bit of angle on it. So again, I think looking to come wide first is going to help them.
Now Bronte Peel looking to turn on the Jets. Can Heidelberg do some damage late? Ball across. Carrot, she's going to give chase. She'll collect it, but very far wide. First time ball back across. Policina. The Box Hill have a chance. Do they have the time to get forward? Bucallo out there on the left. She's got Sakalis and Rossi in front of her. Goes to the former. Cleaned up. Free kick. Box Hill. We're about to enter the 9th minute of added time here at the home of the Matildas in this opening half. All right. Too far out to score?
I'll never put past it. I wouldn't put it past her. It does look it, but
it also looks like viral potential. You can see that angle behind Rihanna Policina, what she can see. A 4-player wall. You would have to think that this is going to be the final phase of this opening half. 9.5 minutes of added time have now expired. It will be Policina to take. Policina going for goal.
Not a bad effort.
Mia Bailey read it all the way. And that will do it for this opening half here at the home of the Matildas. A back and forth half. Both sides had their moments. Both sides had their periods of control. But after, well, about 55 minutes of play all up, after the extended break for an injury to referee Shab Shaban, the two sides will head to the sheds, locked up at 0-0. And we can also now cross down to sideline reporter Han Solo, as I believe she'll have, I think, both Rosie Wild and Rihanna Policina for Box Hill. Can you hear us, Han?
I sure can. I'm just trying to locate the players now, so we'll have you, Rosie Wild, and from Heidelberg, and Mitty to you shortly. But what a fantastic first half we've got here in the grand final.
Indeed. Back and forth game. Opportunities for both sides. Sao Matsuda probably with the best opportunities for Heidelberg United, only to be denied by some last-ditch defending from Elwyn Parbury. And now looks like Han has been able to track down Rosie Wild, so we'll go to her. Han.
Rosie, what a first half. It's a very tough competition between Box Hill, but you're here again, second time this year. How does it feel, and how does that first half feel?
First half feels good. We're excited to be here. The crowd is looking really good today, so yeah, no, it's been good so far. I think we're happy sitting back and absorbing pressure, and then on the counter we're dangerous. So yeah, it's looking good, and we've had a few opportunities that could have been a goal, but we're just going to keep pushing, and obviously another 45, hopefully 45 and not longer than that to go. And yeah, it's exciting. It's really cool out here today.
It is absorbing the atmosphere because your fans are behind you every time you've got near the ball or near contention of scoring, that they really back yourself up. Is it something that you want to continue on in the second half to absorb that kind of fan support?
Yeah, you can hear it, you can feel it after a big tackle, a clearance, an opportunity, a save. You can hear the crowd, you can feel the atmosphere. It makes you want to go harder into those tackles. It makes you really want to be pushing forward, and you're egging on like after that feeling and the thought of the fans and everyone behind you. And that's what's just going to keep us going into the second half.
congratulations again for being minor premiers. Is this kind of almost like a bittersweet moment? You got your captain Steph Galea, playing her final game. Is it something that you want to absorb and have the farewell that she wants as well?
100%, and that just adds that extra level of feeling for us. It's already so meaningful. We've had a really hectic season. There's lots of people we've got Asuka and Sawa both heading back to Japan as well, so it's their last games. And obviously we're working for Keely here today, and Asuka, and Steph. So there's lots of people today out here that we want this win for, and we're working hard for them. And yeah, nothing's going to stop us.
Appreciate your time, Rosie, and best of luck for the second half.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys, and we're going to try to locate Mitty for you as well.
Well, we'll come back down to you, Han Solo, when we see that you have grabbed Rihanna Pollicina. But, well, listening to some of those answers, Adriana, sort of touching on some of the same themes you were talking about in that opening stanza. Just, I guess, sitting back, looking ahead on the transition, a Heidelberg executing it as well as you could think.
I think so. I think definitely in that probably second half of the first half, they were doing it a little bit better. You could see they were happy to just sit back in a block and win the ball back and kind of go as quick as possible. And as we saw, they probably got the best chance of the game so far. Whereas Box Hill are looking, I think, a little bit more comfortable on the ball and a little bit more in control when they have the ball, but they're not necessarily causing too much trouble for Heidelberg and the Heidelberg keeper as well. So I think Heidelberg are probably going to go in the happier team right now, keeping it 0-0 and having the better chance. And I think they're executing their game plan a little bit better right now. I think Box Hill need to go back to playing those short passes and looking to build up from the back a little bit more. Well,
can't quite see any Rihanna Pollicina down there, so we're going to go to a quick break now, but we'll be back with even more halftime analysis here at the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to half-time here of the 2025 Chenol NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Joey Lynch alongside Adriana Taranto, and it is scoreless after 45 minutes here at the home, and the Matildas, neither Heidelberg United or Box Hill, able to find a breakthrough. And really, a first opening 45, Adriana, well, of no real chances that would send a scare through the goalkeepers, let's just say.
Yeah, is it too late to change my predictions? Because right now it's looking like it's going to go into 120 minutes potentially. But yeah, nothing too scary, I think, for the keepers as of right now. I think Heidelberg probably had the best chance with that amazing tackle from Box Hill. But yeah, keepers haven't had to do a whole lot at the minute, so I definitely would love to see a few more chances in the second half.
Because we can see here Matsuda getting in, and then incredible challenge by Elwyn Parbury to deny her. So Matsuda, a goal scorer like this, is it just a matter of time if she keeps getting these opportunities, or could just today not be her day?
I think so, potentially. I think as we saw Heidelberg in the second half did, like Rosie Wild said, they're happy to sit back and win the ball and go on the counter. So I think if they continue to do that, then they're going to find more success and it will come off. And
we're seeing both of these sides, as you talked about a little bit, Adriana, these long-range attempts that both sides have had, just winding up from real downtown areas. Is that a sign of frustration? Just nothing's working in the penalty areas, so bugger it, I'm going from long range?
Potentially, I think I love a long range hit, but I think when the kind of field opens up for you when you're in the middle of the park, it's just why not have a go if you know you've tried a few things and it's not working, because we know that there's players here are capable of scoring from those distances. So I think it's one of those things that, you know, if you don't shoot, you don't score. So I think if it opens up for you, most players are going to take the hit.
And we're seeing both sides have had their periods in control. A lot of Box Hill's best players, particularly coming down that left flank when they're able to work those combinations, Rossi, Policina, Sakalis, Murakami getting up there as well. Is that the key for Box Hill if they're going to take out the win inside 90 minutes in this game?
Yeah, I think so. I think, as I was saying, in the first half, you could see Box Hill were really in control with the ball, patient, finding those short, sharp passes like Box Hill have shown that they can do. And I think, again, I don't know if it was out of panic or frustration, but they, in the second half of that half, they tend to look for more of the long ball, and I don't think that was working for them. I think Heidelberg did a really good job of winning the second ball and then getting forward on the counter. So I think you can see people like Mini and Sakalis being really fluid and kind of pulling out of the midfield, getting the ball from the back and trying to pull Heidelberg players out of position. I think they just need to go back to that and finding those short, sharp passes, and I'm sure they'll have some success going forward.
Just if I could ask you to maybe, I know you do a bit of coaching, so I'm going to ask you to put your coaching hat on here. Which side needs to change things up more? Which side needs to make any adjustments? They might not be big adjustments, but who needs to change something a little bit to get on top of this one?
I think both teams probably do a little bit. I think, like I said before, Heidelberg would be probably the happier team in terms of are they executing their game plan, which I think they are. They're sitting back in their block, making it really hard for Box Hill to get through the middle and winning the ball and going forward quickly. I think as a Heidelberg coach, I would probably be saying continue to do that, but when we do win the ball back, let's maybe be a little bit more patient. Instead of just kicking it away, giving it away, let's be a bit more patient and see if we can maybe possess the ball in our front half a bit more. And then Box Hill, again, go back to their style and their way of playing, and that's short passes, getting it forward, getting those main players on the ball, and hopefully find those pockets and little slip balls to get shots off.
Well, the thoughts there of Adriana Taranto, a multiple-time champion here in Victoria. So if anyone up here in this tower knows how to do it, it is her. We will go to a quick break here at the home of the Matildas as we prepare to bring you the second half of this game, the 2025 Chenol NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Don't go anywhere. More football on the other side. Welcome back, one and all. You are looking now at live pictures from the 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Heidelberg United against Box Hill United. And if you are just joining us, you haven't missed any goals. It remains 0-0 after 45 minutes here in Melbourne's north. These two sides unable to be separated after an arm wrestle of an opening stanza, both still looking for that elusive breakthrough. It is a game that looks like, well, if we get one goal inside 90 minutes, it very well may be the winning one. A game of very few chances that have quickened the pulse of Mia Bailey in the Heidelberg goal or Teresa Morrissey in the Box Hill net. And as we await the signal, the second half to begin, it will be Box Hill wearing their blue kits, kicking from right to left of your screen in this second half. Heidelberg United wearing their yellow and black, kicking from left to right. And the second half is underway here at the home of the Matildas. And you can see there Sienna Teixeira getting an early touch. She has come on at halftime for Liv Ellis. So Liv Ellis, who was, we were told, playing her final game today, the veteran. If Box Hill are going to win it for her, she will have to watch from the dugout. There's Sakalis on the ball. Sophia Sakalis trying to play a teammate down the right. Picked out by Caitlin Carriage. And, well, once again joined up here in the gantry by Adriana Torenzo. And Adriana, as you survey the scene, observe how the two sides have set up. Doesn't look like any sort of major changes from either.
No, not really. I think both teams have come out pretty much set up in the same way. Heidelberg do look like they maybe are stepping up slightly and not sitting back as much. And again, you can see Box Hill trying to use short passes and play out of the back. But I think you're right, Joey. I think whoever gets the one, I think it's a one goal type of game. I think whichever team gets one is going to run away with it. It's a kind of arm wrestle game it tends to be right now.
As Olasino sends it out. See the chair on the left. Olasino again. Good ball down the right flank. It's going to get whipped in. Across to Sakalis. Couldn't bring it down. And Heidelberg quickly moved to clear. Hasten. Well, she's just going to keep going if they're going to give her that space. Eventually she'll turn. So Matsuda trying to dink the ball forward. There wasn't really any teammates making the runs, so maybe that, well, ball knocked central to 11 was the best outcome. Barrero now to Carriage. As well to just use her body to turn and face goal, carrying it back inside. Does love to cut inside and shoot. On that occasion was looking for a teammate and it just got away from it. Now there's a lot of space out here on the left for Box Hill to move into. And it's a good ball in behind as well. Rossi, but it's offside. Once again.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of space out there for players to drive forward. I think Sakalis maybe could have, instead of just holding back, made a forward run there, and the fullback would have had a decision to make, go to the player or stay with her. But yeah, I think Box Hill maybe can make a few. Rossi's doing it quite well, but I think players like Sakalis and Mini, if they can make maybe a few more runs forward, they'll make the defenders make a few more decisions.
As Hasten closed down. Does enough to ensure her side retains possession, as we can see there on screen. Some of the Heidelberg players getting put through their paces. Peel looking to combine with Matsuda. There's a pocket pick by Sakalis. Got it to Policina. Going to get away from O'Donoghue, but Matsuda was dropping. Now the striker's going to have to drop even more as Policina knocks it forward. Rossi will wind up. Rossi! Probably as close as Box Hill have come with a shot from anger in this one as Rossi flashes just wide.
I think it was the right idea. She didn't quite wrap her foot around the ball probably as well as she would have wanted.
So yet more space out here on the right if Heidelberg can work the ball through. Holly Murray having none of it. Polisina grabs it. Kami knocks it forward. Sakalis was onside. Does well to win the ball, but can't find the on-rushing Polisino. Polisina now shakes off one challenge, but pass gets away from it. And as Nia Bailey just says kama kama before picking up the ball, we can go down to Han Solo, who's down there on the touchline. And Han, if you can hear me, Han, we are, briefly pauses. Almost Heidelberg coming through. Matsuda gets it to Carriage. Thought about the shot, instead gets it to Tamar Levin. Left-footed effort.
Not
agonisingly close. Not far away at all. And Heidelberg, it opened up for them. There's some nice passing to find the player in space before Levin just getting the ball onto that left foot. Could have been something, but Han, after that brief bit of excitement, we've seen Box Hill make a change at the half-time break, Han. But we can also see the Heidelberg players getting up, warming up. Any sense of when we'll see the next substitution from either of these sides? We're just having a bit of a microphone troubles there with Harm. We'll try to get back to her in a moment. Niata. To Levin. O'Donoghue. Here comes Heidelberg into the box. And Morrissey, well, shot on target, had to make a save. Back and forth, opening to this second half continues. Teixeira has it knocked away from her. As I think we've now re-established connection with Hans, so we'll go to her in a second. Meanwhile, Tamar Levin will go from almost the halfway line. She saw Morrissey off her line, and again we're going to get these long-range speculative efforts, but hopefully you can hear us now, Han, as we'll come down to you. We saw Box Hill make one change at the half. Is there a sense that we could be seeing further substitutions soon?
Yes, I'm just getting the MASH official. It will be Steph Galea coming on. So that's insight knowledge for you for Asuka Miata coming off number 14.
So big change there in the midfield. Asuka Miata, who came off early in the semi-final win over Essendon. She was always going to be on a pitch count. So it looks like she'll go just about 45, 55 minutes. And Steph Galea, the Heidelberg skipper in a final game for the club, will come on. That was the change that happened last week, in fact, but that one just happened after 41 minutes. Miata for Galea. So Donahue knocks it forward, but the flag will go up. Don't get too excited. But thank you for that, Han, down there, as Well, the chess match continues. Both coaches making moves now.
Yeah, and what a sub to come on in someone like Steph. I think I said this in the Night Cup, and we didn't see too much of her in that game, but I feel like she's a player who's made for these games and these moments. So I think the Heidelberg players will feel pretty calm with someone like Steph and coming on and bringing her experience and quality to the park.
Now she's got the jacket off now. She'll likely have to wait here because Heidelberg have themselves a set piece in an interesting position. Right in front of our commentary gantry here, you can pretty much have a great view of it on your screen from our broadcasting position. 2-player wall for Box Hill. Rosie Wild, I believe it is, and Barrero standing there, so 2 options. Always difficult to figure out because you could think about a shot, but probably better off looking for a teammate. As Barrero, well, she'll definitely want that one back.
Potentially looking for someone to maybe run into that space, but I don't think she hit it quite as nicely as she would have wanted.
Teixeira. That's a good ball in behind. Sakalis is onside, but Bailey has come. She's going to knock it across. Can Rossi get there? Rossi will get there. Box Hill lead the 2025 Grand Final. In one fell swoop, Box Hill lead this game. Lethal.
Just like that. I think what we were saying, short, sharp passes. Sometimes quickest route to goal is ball over the top, and yeah, keeper comes out, didn't quite get there. Great little flick over from Sakalis to find her teammate in the middle of the park, and really, really good finish from Rossi as well. That wasn't a easy ball to slide in there.
So the 18-year-old grabs her 8th goal of the campaign, but her most important one without a doubt. It puts Box Hill ahead 1-0 in the 2025 Chenol NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. Sakalis with the assist. Saw Mia Bailey coming, knew exactly what she needed to do. And now Heidelberg kick-off, down 1-0. The change, meanwhile, that had been mooted has been made. Steph Galea has come on for Amaska Miata. But between getting the tracksuit off and getting the bib off, Galea has watched her side go down 1-0. And we were talking at the start of this second half, Adriana, about how one goal, whichever team got it.
You never know. Heidelberg still have quite a lot of time to turn the game around, but Box Hill have looked pretty solid. I think, again, if they can control the ball and keep possession, keep the ball off Heidelberg, then they'll be able to hold out. But there is still a lot of time.
Well, as mentioned, these two sides, back in the 2000s, they met in 5 straight grand finals, Box Hill and Heidelberg. In 2 of those deciders, Box Hill were 1-0 victors back in 2006. Daniela Di Giamarco scoring in the 88th minute to win it for Box Hill Inter. Then in 2008, it was Di Giamarco again scoring, this time in the 58th minute to win it for Box Hill Inter. Carina Rossi could join a pretty good name as a hero for Box Hill as they come forward once more. Of course, a second goal would make it very difficult for Heidelberg United. Of course, I guess alternatively, Adriana, we have seen Heidelberg sitting off and looking to play on the counter. Down 1-0, that approach has to change at some point soon, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think this is where coaches, need to make those hard calls and decisions. And you know, like I said at the start of the game, defence wins games, but Heidelberg are 1-0 down, so they need to score a goal. So it's that kind of in between, you know, you've got to push people up.
Well, Steph Galea was lurking there, and she's asking, should she have had a penalty there for the shirt pull, winning it off Holly Murray? She maybe shouldn't have had the shot. She should have just fallen over, so taken her chances.
Yeah, but great pressure from Steph, and I think that's what Heidelberg need to do now. They need to score, so, you know, you've got to push up, put Box Hill under the pump and go and score a goal. I think you either score one back or you lose by more than one goal at this point.
That is a good point, isn't it, Adriana? No, if you lose the grand final, nobody cares if you lost it 2, 3-0,
exactly.
4-0. It's another good ball from Sakalis to Rossi. Back onto the left peg. Rossi! Magnificent!
Wow.
An incredible finish from the teenager. And that is going to make it very difficult for Heidelberg United.
Yeah, what a goal from the youngster. I think just the confidence there after that first goal. Calm, composed, brought it back onto her left peg and just smashed it into the top bins.
And again, the combination of Sakalis and Rossi coming up primo for Box Hill.
Well, mountains even higher now for Heidelberg. And Box Hill seem to be full of confidence at the minute as well. Rightly so.
You know exactly where she wanted to put that one as well, did she? She peeked that Bailey was off her line. Just dropped it right over her head.
Yeah, great composure from the youngster as well to bring it back on her left foot. Noticed that Mia Bailey was off her line, like you said. Didn't overhit it.
It's Carriage trying to spark her side back to life. Ball whipped in. Matsuda was lurking, but claimed by Teresa Morrissey. And while Rossi, she has been on the books of Melbourne City, so very difficult team to break into, that Melbourne City one. But coach Michael Merciciani certainly has a good young prospect in Rossi there. Can she get a hat trick as that ball goes in behind her? Sakalis cleans it up. Ball in ahead for Policina. Eventually he's going to get to her. Tails for Box Hill right up. Policina is onside. Can she kill this? No.
Great little ball in behind. Great run from Minnie as well. You can see Box Hill, they look like they're having a bit of fun out there now, playing a little bit more relaxed.
Policina winding up from range as well, and confidence, it is infectious. And it is running through the veins of every player out there wearing blue right now. Almost the sense that Heidelberg, despite being down 2-0, might just need to batten down the hatches for a few moments to ensure they're not blown away.
Yeah, I think Heidelberg, they need to just get back to being compact, keep the ball. Like I said, there's still plenty of time. 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline. There's plenty of time to turn it around, but they do need to get control of the ball and tighten up the midfield a little bit.
There's Carriage. Sends the ball back as Heidelberg look to switch from right to left. Barrero, left-footed ball in, cleared away at the near post. And it goes straight to Policina, who's going to look for Rossi. Right in front of the Box Hill dugout. They thought the ball should have been theirs. Instead, the call will go against Rossi. O'Donoghue's ball out to the left, looking for Barrero. Went over the head of Matsuda. Blocked away by Murray. Sakalis gets it to Policina. Back to Sakalis. So confident on the ball, Sophia Sakalis. She rounds a few challenges and looks to thread the eye of a needle for Rossi once more.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Joey, Heidelberg need to just tighten up a bit. It seems like there's a few too many gaps, especially through that midfield that Box Hill are just driving into.
Rossi now for Policina. Here comes Box Hill once more. Policina thought about the long-range effort. Retains possession. Mahul Murakami. Back to Policina, top of the box. Cleaned up fairly though. She has remained down. I think that's more so because she was just complaining from the turf than an injury, is it? No, she stayed down in a bit of discomfort. Another pat on the back there by Bella Wallhead. Doesn't look like she's any worse for wear. Policina still looking slightly incredulous she didn't get a free kick as she resumes her position. Now on the ball. And again was asking for a free kick even before she played the pass. Goes back to Murray. Galea giving chase. Sakalis at Levin and Galea in the vicinity, but cool, calm and collected. You can see just the license to roam which Sakalis is given in this Box Hill side. Been playing plenty on the left, but just drifting central to the right.
Yeah, you can see again how free-flowing Box Hill have been, especially players like Sakalis and Mini and pretty much their whole midfield. They're just, yeah, so fluid and changing, and it makes the kind of those short, sharp passes a little bit easier. And obviously they're very confident at the minute right now, so Heidelberg can't really get a hold of the ball.
As the ball went behind Matsuda. Prevented the follow-up pass from finding a teammate. And sees Box Hill coming forward. Policina pulled up. Tried to play it across to Rossi. Galea kept her feet, gets the ball. Going to play it in behind for Matsuda. Just ricocheted off the back of Parbury. Gave Box Hill a brief moment of respite. It's not going to last long as it's going to be a free kick for Heidelberg United. Dead in front, but about 30 odd yards out from goal. So I guess we did see Nestoria and Kunda hit one from about here last week and almost score, but he's very much the exception to the norm. So I have to imagine Box Hill will be looking to find a teammate here, or maybe eat my words. You got Carriage and Levin standing over it. It'll be Carriage to take, and she's going to go for goal. Oh, and it's a disaster. Teresa Morrissey completely lost the ball. Carriage doesn't even celebrate. And just like that, life restored to Heidelberg United. A gift to Heidelberg United, wrapped up and placed under the tree.
Well, we were talking before the game, Joey, about not wanting to make mistakes, and sometimes the keeper that maybe hasn't had a lot to do gets a moment like that.
Just an incredible series of events here at the home of the Matildas, and in an almost nondescript fashion, the deficit has been shrunk to 1. Game on at the home of the Matildas. And Heidelberg United looking to come back and restore parity in a flash. Matsuda Sending the ball across the pitch, cleared away by Box Hill. Battling for it, Levin. Takes it away from Sakalis. Tamar Levin one way and then the other. She wants a teammate, forced to go backwards to Barrero. Rosie Wild. Now picked out by Policina. Sloppiness maybe sneaking into both of these sides' games as that ball just rolls out. And, well, maybe also the cramps as well beginning to show as Bicalo goes down. Box Hill, of course, coming into this game, they did play on the artificial pitch of Bulleen last week, and if you aren't used to those artificial surfaces, she goes down as we see a sub being made as well. Han, can you hear us down there? Give us an update on what the Box Hill, is it a Box Hill sub, what it is?
It is a Box Hill sub, so Nicolina Picalo coming off and Georgia Karabides, number 53, coming on.
So thank you, Han. Handy addition off the bench for Box Hill, Georgia Karaparidis. 17 years old, but she has made 9 starts for Box Hill this season. Came on for Bicalo in the 57th minute last week, so she's had to buy her time, but that sub again comes through. And she'll be entrusted with 20 minutes to help her side see this out and become champions of Victoria for the first time in 13 years. Or can Heidelberg get back into this game? We saw they stormed back in last year's grand final. On that occasion, they took out the win. Right now, they'd probably settle for just an equaliser. Peel sees that ball bounce away from her and get to Holly Murray. And if you are Box Hill, well, Box Hill will know that. They would have seen what Heidelberg did to Preston last year. They know they can't turn off, especially with this deficit now just at 1. Policina hasn't tasted defeat in 2025 since she joined Box Hill. An acrobatic attempt to keep that one in from Sakalis. Didn't quite come off.
Yeah, I think it's just important for Box Hill to keep their heads now. They are still in front, 20 minutes to go. They need to get hold of the ball. Don't be too panicky at the back as well.
As Maho Murakami did very well to win the ball back in midfield and then was just yanked down. So that'll earn Tamar Levin a place in the referee's book. One of the easiest yellow cards you will ever give out. Just player knows they're beaten, just reaches out and grabs whatever they can.
Yeah, we call those professional fouls, Joey.
Well, they are professional footballers, so it makes... When I was playing, it was I can't be bothered chasing. But I was always very unfit. Yeah. Walter Rossi in the midfield. She'll just turn it around the corner, give Sakalis something to chase. Barrero gets there first. Cleared away by Bailey. Levin trying to just force the issue in the middle of the park, but she's going to give another way a free kick there. Bringing down Murakami. Teixeira wanted to take it quickly and did. Morrissey, who will no doubt be half petrified of making another and half desperate to make up for it. Probably similar areas for Mia Bailey, who was caught between two minds for Box Hill's opening goal, came out to try to contest with Sophia Sakalis, left the open goal for Rossi's attempt. Galea, second attempt, the ball gets sent in, cleared away at the near post. Karaparidis kept it in, now gets the ball back. Good ball from Murakami to find her. She'll play the ball in behind. Olasino will not stop running, Josie Olasino, until the final whistle. And she's done ever so well to keep that one in. Karaparidis in support, looking for the touchline. Did that go out? It did. And it'll be a Box Hill corner. And Han, just before we get this corner kick sent in, just with the goals now coming in, what's the vibe down there now?
The VAR was actually up and about just a few moments ago when there was a few physical yellow cards in there, but now they've just got to really focus on there. They've calculated themselves. They seem to be a little bit calmer than it was a few moments ago when there was a few of the fouls that was called, but this corner kick might be a huge one here for Box Hill.
Policina whips this one in, cleared away by Bailey. Only as far as Murakami. Box Hill sent back in for Sakalis. She can't get the header on target. And that very much could have sealed this game for Box Hill. But Heidelberg survive. Less than 15 minutes of regulation remaining. Heidelberg throw in on the right. Galea flicks it central. Levin can't come up with it. Murakami. Policina. Rihanna Policina looks up, looks at the goal, but has it taken away from her by Rosie Wild. Murakami and Policina combine to win it back. Sakalis against Barrero. Trying to find Policina, knocked clear. Only as far as Parbury. High ball towards the top of the box. Important header, denies Rossi. Murakami knocks the ball over her head. Karaparidis, space opened up for her. Looking for Policina, but Barrero recovers quickly. And the West Australian sees the ball out for a corner.
Nice little ball there, slip ball. I think Box Hill have done that a few times on the top of the box and been getting through pretty well with those split little passes. Good recovery from Heidelberg as well.
So Policina will swing this one in from the right. Policina makes the darting run up, now offering herself short. Instead, it's whipped in. Always dangerous with those ones because you never quite know where it's going to swerve, but Bailey watches it onto the roof of the net. There's not much wind at the home of the Matildas for today's game. It can be a bit of a wind tunnel at times. We've seen Olympicos here in the past. Matsuda brings it down, pokes it past Murray, looks up, see who's arriving in the box, and then she's challenged quickly. Good defending from Sienna Teixeira. It's been good since he's come on at half-time. Trying to ensure that the player she replaced, Liv Ellis, that she goes out a champion. Suffered heartache with Bandura in that 2015 WPL Grand Final against South Melbourne. Now chance to become a champion with Box Hill for Liv Ellis. Wild. Sent it central to Levin, but it's poked away from her. Pollicino. Whipped across to the right, Sakalis. Good touch from Karaparidis for Pollicino. Carriage. Working against Sakalis. Melbourne City player against the Melbourne Victory player. As we get a shot there of some of Heidelberg's United men in the house to support their women's compatriots. As mentioned, they'll be taking on Dandenong City in the NPL Men's Victoria Grand Final tomorrow from Lakeside Stadium. And then their thoughts can turn to the Australia Cup Final against the Newcastle Jets, also at Lakeside Stadium. And then the Australian Championship. So it has the potential to be a very good few weeks for Heidelberg, but it would have to start with their women's side finding a way to get an equaliser in the 10 minutes of regulation remaining. You can never count out late drama in these kinds of games. Matsuda. And just knock it in behind for Peel. Too much on that one. And when you are in the last 10 minutes of a game like this, Adriana, or put yourselves in the winners, well, the current winners' shoes first, Box Hill. 10 minutes to go and you're champions if you can hold it out. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think just kind of stick to your game plan, and the best way to not let the other team score is usually by possessing the ball. So I just think not panicking, but keeping the ball, keep doing what you're doing. Don't do anything too silly. Don't take too many risks and be safe. But I think Box Hill are doing a good job of that. You can see that they're still looking for short passes and they're going forward just as much as they were before, as we see here. Good
ball from Rossi to Sakalis. Oh, sells a bit of candy, Sakalis. Sets it up for Pollicino and she'll send it over the crossbar. And at this stage, a third would win this game for Box Hill.
Yeah, and they look like they might actually score too. They're going forward just as much as they were before. Short, sharp passes, and I think, definitely one more would seal it. But I think for Box Hill, it's just about managing the game now, slowing it down when they can, running down the clock.
Or getting in behind once more, but Pollicino's pass for Rossi doesn't quite come off. And, well, Adriana, we'll flip it around now. You're a Heidelberg player. You've got less than 8 minutes of regulation to get back into this game before your season ends in disappointment. What are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I'm thinking just to throw everything at it now. I think this is where you do need to take a few more risks, maybe get a few more players forward and risk losing a few at the back. And like I said, you're either going to go up and score a goal to equalise the game, or you lose by 3-4 goals. But yeah, I think if they want a chance of scoring here, they've got to look to get forward as quick as possible and throw some more numbers forward as well.
As the Burgers will look to build from the back. Nothing going down the right flank. Karaparidis making sure of that. And Box Hill forcing the Burgers to go long, but it will make its way to Peel. It's going to knock it in behind Matsuda. Well, the flag went up and then it went down. So Galea in an offside position. Matsuda wasn't. And the Japanese striker will get across and put in the sliding challenge to just keep the ball in the attacking third for Heidelberg United. There's a change being made by Box Hill. We'll go down to Han Solo. Han, if you can hear us down on the sideline, Han, just the change for Box Hill. Thank you very much, Han. Well, caution to the wind time for Heidelberg United. Meanwhile, Walt Matsuda's going to go from range, and it's just going to sneak over the crossbar. Morrissey watching it all the way. We've seen Galea come on for Heidelberg United. They've got Catherine Vlahopoulos, Maya Capitanio, Molly Burke, Heidi Dry, and Marika Chua on the bench.
Yeah, I think now, Joe, sorry to cut you off, is a good time just to throw some fresh legs on, some youngsters, just get out there, run for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes and try and pinch a goal.
Well, Bronte Peel and Caitlin Carriage, two of the players I can see making their way off. So Marika Chua has come on as well for Heidelberg. So youngsters thrown up top with instructions to run. Paredes, one of the Box Hill second half subs, knocking it forward, looking for Policina. Just dead legs her opponent. O'Donoghue gives away the free kick. So just Chua's fourth appearance of the season. Came off the bench in round 8, 11 and 22, so big stage for her to make her fourth appearance on the campaign. Hasten got a boot on it, but it's subsequently collected. By Georgia Karaparidis. Taken away from her, ball in behind. Capitanio, another one of the substitutes, but she's cleaned up well by Morrissey. Morrissey had to be good with that, and she was.
Yeah, I thought she hesitated for a second there, Joey, and was going to retreat back into her goal, but she went for it, and I think she had to go full force with that one, and yeah, lucky she got the ball.
Capitanio, who's now leading the line for Heidelberg United. 18-year-old, made one start this season. It was in the 2-0 loss to Box Hill back in round 18. Came out of the Melbourne Victory youth system mid-season. Now the cramps and the sore bodies becoming evident. Not long left if you are Heidelberg United. And the trainer is going to be called for here. So this will hold things up a bit. You can see there picturesque scenes at the home of the Matildas. 2.5 minutes of regulation remaining, albeit we're now ensuring that we will get something of a decent chunk of added time. Again, we can look at the goals. Rossi, her first, teed up by Sakalis. Saw Mia Bailey running towards her and squared it. And then it was the Sakalis to Rossi connection once more. Fantastic composure from young Rossi to get it back on the left foot and dink it over the Heidelberg keeper. Play resumes. Capitanio, bundled over, play on is the call. Again, Heidelberg just hurling it forward. They've certainly got numbers up there. Burke won it back. Bella Wallhead, she'll catapult it forward. Ball is brought down, come out to O'Donoghue. Holly Murray has remained down, so Box Hill without a centre-back. Steph Galea, low ball across. I think it was Sakalis getting back and across. All hands on deck for Box Hill. Carparita sells a bit of candy to Galea. The ball will go out. Less than a minute of regulation remaining at the home of the Matildas. Box Hill ball. They lead 2-1. A history equaling 10th Victorian title. Minutes away. The dominant Box Hill inter-teams of the 2000s. Names like Anthea Vardakas, Alex Sinclair, Georgia Kutravelis, Kat Smith, Jessica Humble, Daniela DiGiamarco, that won 9 titles during that span. Now potentially be joined by this Box Hill lineup. Karaparides squaring it for Policina. Heidelberg survive, barely, but there is still a pulse. As we will have 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes for Heidelberg United to drag themselves off the canvas. Another attack for Heidelberg, the long range. I'm not sure if that was actually a shot off the boot. As Morrissey just says, anywhere but here, boots it forward, but that's going to give it straight back to Heidelberg. Ball in behind. Morrissey thought about coming, heads back to her goal line. Galea's ball across. It's met by a player in blue. But the theme of these last 5 minutes is now becoming evident. Box Hill are going to sit back and Heidelberg are going to hurl themselves at them. Heidelberg desperately trying to force another half an hour's worth of play at the home of the Matildas. Box Hill minutes away from a title. A drought-breaking title, a title 13 years in the making. Murakami laying in the challenge. Policina desperately trying to win the ball. You can tell Policina knows that another one would kill it.
Yep.
And instead, it's going to be a free kick, and Bailey's going to come out to take it. Everybody get forward for Heidelberg. Bailey's ball forward. It's met by Holly Murray. So Carlos is there, but so was Rosie Wild. Rosie Wild brought down. Free kick, Heidelberg.
Yes, no, is my colour okay?
Cries of let's go from the Heidelberg fans. On the fence line here on the broadcast side at the home of the Matildas. Mia Bailey's coming up to take this one. She's barking instructions at Sarah O'Donoghue. You get in the box. It's an open goal for Box Hill.
Is it too early?
And Karaparides is being sent to the halfway line by Box Hill. Now she's coming back.
You're really hoping this is a goal or a corner if you're Heidelberg?
Mia Bailey's going to have to sprint harder than she ever has in her career, either in celebration or to get back. Did Bailey go for goal? No. Just sort of caught in no man's land, that free kick.
No one really attacking that ball, and it just flashed across the face of the goal.
So there we go. 1 minute of the allotted 5 remains on our stopwatch here. And then we are at the mercy of referee Angelique Mangan, who stepped in after the injury to Shab Shaban in the first half. Policina knocks it forward, gets knocked over, but play continues. Box Hill throw in on the right. An opportunity to milk precious seconds. You could see before Coach Kogulan Sabaratnam, he can barely watch at this point. His first year as the Box Hill NPLW Victoria coach. First full year, I should say. Murakami knocks it forward. Karaparidis with the shot. Levin trying to claim for Heidelberg. Sliding challenge by Sakalis. A huge challenge. But it's picked out. Steph Galea on the ball. Trying to knock it past the defender. Goes out. Whose ball? Box Hill's ball. And the 5 minutes of this added time is up on our clock. So we are now at the mercy of the referee. The bibs are off in the Box Hill dugout. They're ready to sprint onto the pitch. A sleeping giant of Victorian football has awoken, and she has ascended once more to the mountaintop. Box Hill, the queens of Victorian football once again. For 13 years, this dominant program had to bide its time, but now this group of special players have won 11 straight games, the last of which has delivered them a Victorian title. Nobody could touch them in the second half of the campaign, and they claim their just rewards. Box Hill United, champions of Victoria for 2025.
Well, Joey, I think I have to stick with my gut because I called it 2-1 to Box Hill, and I said I might change it at half time, but yeah, glad I stuck with it. There you go. Congratulations to Box Hill. I do think they were probably the better team today. They played some really nice football. I think Heidelberg had their moments as well, but Box Hill just, seemed to be the calmer team and just, got the job done today. So congratulations to them.
Well, and fittingly, it was some of their mid-season arrivals that were the heroes. Sophia Sakalis, twice setting up Karina Rossi, the teenager, to deliver the daggers. Heidelberg, through that free kick effort that just Teresa Morrissey couldn't contain. They got back into it, they got a sniff, but they just couldn't go on with it. And this Box Hill side have seen it out and stand alone in Victorian women's football. We'll get reaction from down there on the pitch soon. Han Solo is out there. She's trying to find someone. I'm just trying to pick her out. But just this incredible season reaches, well, a dramatic conclusion, a fitting conclusion. You can see the joy on these Box Hill players' faces. Players like Sophia Sakalis, who's been part of her family, her institutions there at Box Hill. Her dad, Stefano Sakalis, is a coach with Box Hill. She's been loyal to that club. She won a gold medal for that club, and now she's a champion. But we've got Han Solo down there now. We can cross to her, Han, with some immediate reaction.
Hi, Joey. Here with the Box Hill and Karina Rossi. 2 goals in the grand final. How do you feel?
So good. Nice.
What does this moment mean to you? A very hard-fought season, and your team, you've got to back them up as well. They've worked so hard to get to where you are now. And what does this mean to you and your club?
I think it's pretty cool. They haven't won the finals in the NPL history, so it's pretty amazing. And this team's pretty special. So, up Box Hill.
Are you soaking it all in? Is this something you're going to want to savour for, for your career as well? Because you're still young. It's still, early career moments, but this is probably going to be up there for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
I'll let you celebrate with your team. Go ahead, Karina. Thank you. Up to you guys, up in the box. Actually, I might not live here. Liv,
yes, hi.
What a moment
I know.
to savour in your final game. We got the notice throughout the week. How does it feel? And this is a very sweet moment for you.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like, we've never made finals since, like, 2013. I think I was a junior at that point. I can't believe we did it. Like, I'm genuinely so proud of these girls. They're an absolutely incredible team, and to all the staff and our coaches, like, we genuinely couldn't have done without them. And, like, everybody played their part today. It was just amazing. I can't believe it.
You came in as the underdogs, you know, with Heidelberg being the minor premiers. It's a really focus, you know, from last week you defeated Bulleen, and then this game. Is it just something that you cherish, and the hard work throughout the season just really paid off tonight?
Absolutely, and I think we've used our momentum really well. And yeah, like, we didn't really focus on the opposition. It was just about us and what we could do. And yeah, I think I just knew we could win it.
This club again, how does it feel just to be part of this, you know, movement that you've got here? Last year you felt you're almost getting relegated. This year started off a bit slow, got that lull, but you came back fighting. 10, now 11 wins in a row. That is a really good effort from your team, and it doesn't really get any better than that to finish off the season.
No, absolutely, it doesn't get better than that. And like, yeah, 11 wins. We haven't lost for like 4 months, so it's a pretty good feeling. Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations once again, and it's a nice sweet farewell here at the home of Matildas again, and all the best for what's yet to come.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I'll bring it up once again up to the commentary box, guys.
Thanks, Han, and what a reaction there from Liv Alice, a veteran of the game and someone who's been in playing for Box Hill and in the NPL for a while now. So congratulations to her and her team, and also a great reaction from Rossi, the young star, to come out and score 2 goals for her team, and an absolutely class finish for that second goal as well. So congratulations to Box Hill on becoming the champions.
Suda gets it to Carriage. What about the shot? Instead gets it to Simone Levin. Left foot. Heidelberg coming through. Matsuda gets it to Carriage. What about the shot? Instead gets it to Simone Levin. Left footed effort. Good ball in behind. Sakalis is onside, but Bailey has come. She's going to knock it across. Can Rossi get there? Rossi will get there. Box Hill lead the 2025 Grand Final. In one fell. It's a good ball in behind. Sakalis is onside, but Bailey has come. She's going to knock it across. Can Rossi get there? Rossi will get there. Box Hill lead the 2025 Grand Final. In one fell. Tara. That's a good ball in behind. Sakalis is onside, but Bailey has come. She's going to knock it across. Can Rossi get there? Rossi will get there. Box Hill lead the 2025 Grand Final. In one fell. Sakalis is onside, but Bailey has come. She's going to knock it across. Can Rossi get there? Rossi will get there. Box Hill lead the 2025 Grand Final. In one fell. 4-0. It's another good ball from Sakalis to Rossi. Back onto the left peg. Rossi! Magnificent!
Wow.
An incredible finish from the teenager. 4-0. It's another good ball from Sakalis to Rossi. Back onto the left peg. Rossi! Magnificent!
Wow.
An incredible finish from the teenager. Magnificent!
Wow.
An incredible finish from the teenager. And that will be Carriage to take. And she's going to go for goal. Oh, and it's a disaster.
Teresa Morrissey completely lost the ball. Carriage doesn't even celebrate. Go for goal. Oh, and it's a disaster. Teresa Morrissey completely lost the ball. Carriage doesn't even celebrate. Box Hill sent back here for Sakala. She can't get the header on target. Get away from her, ball in behind. Capitani, okay, another one of the substitutes, but she's clean. A sleeping giant of Victorian football has awoken, and she has ascended once more to the mountaintop. Box Hill, the queens of Victorian football once again. For 13 years, this dominant program had to bide its time. But now this group of special players have won 11 straight. Heidelberg coming through Matsuda. Hello, one and all. If I could have your attention, please, at the conclusion of a dramatic 2025 Chanel NPL Women's Victoria Grand Final. What a spectacle. What a conclusion to that one. Before I begin, just one more time, can I get a round of applause for our new champions, Box Hill United and Heidelberg United. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people as the traditional owners of the land in which we have gathered and met, and we have played a fantastic grand final today. We pay our respects to elders past and present and any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are present with us today. We acknowledge the spiritual connection the Bunurong people have to the land, water, skies and country, along with their deep connection to community, culture, traditions, aspirations, creations, knowledge and, of course, football. We are proud to walk together with Victoria's First Nations people on the journey to reconciliation. And I would like to also thank everybody here for their attendance today at the 2025 Chanel NPL Victoria Women's Grand Final between Heidelberg United and Box Hill. We'd also like to extend our gratitude to the entire football community, both clubs, administrators, players, coaches, match officials and volunteers, for not only today, but for your ongoing support to grow the game in Victoria. Quite simply, without you, there is no game in Victoria, so thank you all ever so much. We would like to thank our naming rights partner Chanel for their continued support of the NPL Victoria Final Series. We would also like to thank our major partners, La Trobe University, the Victoria State Government, Nike and Sharp EIT Solutions, and our support partners Kappa, Mitre, Vintage, SportsAid, Badges and Medals, Macron, Jets and Red Bull, all for making today's game, this fantastic spectacle, this fantastic grand final, possible. Now, for the presentations, can we please welcome to the stage Football Victoria's Head of Referees, Tom Elliott, to present the referees' medals. Before I begin, I would also like to acknowledge referee Shab Saban, who started today's game but unfortunately had to come off with a head knock. She is not here right now, but an acknowledgement of Shab, one of the great people in Victorian football. But stepping up to replace her today was referee Angelique Mangian, our referee today. She was assisted by Daphne Ganarath, Helena Panagiotidis, and stepping up when called upon, Lauren White. Now I would like to invite up somebody who knows a thing or two about grand finals. She's been in 4 of them with Bundoora United and Calder United. Julia Sardo, she will present the Player of the Match medal. And it is my great pleasure to announce as today's Player of the Game, Karina Rossi of Box Hill United for her match-winning brace. Now, I would please like to welcome up Football Victoria's Chair, Dr. Angela Williams, to help hand out the runners-up medals. And it's one of the worst parts of days like this that there can only be one winner. But Heidelberg United, they've had an incredible season. Premiers, made a Nike FC Cup final, made a grand final. And if I could please invite their captain, Steph Galea, just up to share a few words.
Thank you. Firstly, thank you to Football Victoria and major sponsors for making this event possible. Box Hill, congratulations. You played an amazing game today. You should be very proud of yourselves, and I think the second half of the season you guys have been outstanding, so very well deserved. Congratulations. To Heidelberg, the board, volunteers, fans, coaches, thank you for everything, especially over the last 10 years and everything you've done for me on a personal level. I couldn't be more grateful and honoured to represent this football club, so thank you for everything you've done for me. To my girls, I'm so proud of you. We've had an unreal season. I think as a football club we've gone through the most hardest thing possible. Losing a teammate. Just the way we've stuck together. The way we've stuck together and supported each other right to the end. I couldn't be more proud. And to come premiers, I couldn't be more happy and proud. It's something I haven't personally done, and to do it with you girls, it means more than the world to me. Sorry we couldn't do this for you, Keely, today, but I hope you're still proud of us. Thank you.
I don't think you need to worry about doing anybody proud. Steph, I think you've more than done that over the journey. Now, I'd like to invite the rest of Heidelberg United up to collect their runners-up medals, starting with number 1, Anastasia Kyriakou. Number 2, Maya Hayson. Number 3, Rosie Wild. Number 4, Cameron Barrero. Number 5, this year's Golden Boot winner, Sawa Matsuda. Number 6, Sarah O'Donoghue. Number 8, Catherine Vlahopoulos. Number 10, Bronte Peel. Number 11, Maya Capitanio. Number 12, today's goal scorer for Heidelberg, Caitlin Carriage. Number 13, Tamar Levin. Number 14, Aska Miata. Number 16, Molly Burke. Number 22, Isabella Wallhead. And number 41, Marika Chua. Oh, slight error with the graphic there. And number 24, Heidi Dry. And 21, Mia Bailey. I haven't done this before. One and all, can we get one more round of applause for Heidelberg United on a fantastic season? Now I would like to invite to the stage Channel Construction Supervisor Ozzy Duman to present the Champions Medals. And I would also like to invite up the captain of Box Hill United, Rihanna Policino. And Liv Ellis as well.
First of all, Heidelberg, you guys are class. You proved why you guys are premiers. You're the most consistent team throughout the competition. Unlucky today. Steph, your legacy will be left not only in the league but for your club. So congratulations on a great career as well. Thank you to the referees, Football Victoria, all the major sponsors, and everyone else, all the fans. You created a great atmosphere, so massive thank you to you guys, and thank you for supporting the women's game as well. To this girl right here, no one really promoted it, but Liv Ellis, a legend of our club, is retiring, so she deserves a massive round of applause, and we love you, Liv. Thank you. You're a fucking legend. To the club, to our sponsors, thank you so much. To all the background staff, George, both Georges, Rita, you're a legend, we love you. All our staff, Sam, Kogu, Hannah, Sandy, Bernie, Doris, all the S&C staff, to win 11 in a row and be undefeated in 14, it's because of you guys. So thank you so much, and we owe it all to you. To the girls, wow. What a performance. It's been an honour to be leading you guys, and I'm so proud of you all. It didn't take just 11 players, it didn't take 16 players, it took a full squad. We only had a consistent starting lineup of 2 games in a row, and that was the semi and final, so it was a squad effort. And as I said, to go 14 undefeated and 11 wins in a row is a phenomenal effort, so well done, girls. And let's party! Woo! Good job, Mimi. He wants to make it. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so for the rest of the team, could I invite up number 3, Josie Olasino. Number 4, Liv Ellis, is already up here. So I will go number 6, Zoe Hudson. Number 7, Gabrielle Simpson. Number 8, Sarah Petkaris. Number 9, today's best on ground, Karina Rossi. Policina's already up here too, so I will go number 15, Sophia Paliwada. Number 18, Sienna Teixeira. Number 21, Teresa Morrissey. Number 22, Holly Murray. Number 25, Maho Murakami. Number 27, Nicolina Biacalo. Number 28, she made some big tackles today, Elwyn Parbury. Number 30, Theodora Wilson. Number 31, Chloe McKenzie. Number 53, Georgia Karaparidis. And wearing number 99, Sophia Sakalis. And of course, the coach, the man in the dugout, Kogilan Sabaratnam. Now, I would like to invite up to the stage a player who's very familiar with winning trophies for Box Hill United, part of that dynasty of the 2000s, Yvette Muscat, to present the trophy to today's winners, Box Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions of Victorian football for 2025, Box Hill United. Everybody, thank you ever so much for your attendance today. Please travel home safely.
Well, I'm here with Heidelberg captain Steph Galea. And Steph, I know today didn't go the way that you wanted in your final game for Heidelberg, but you talked about it a bit before, so just tell me, how special is this group of Heidelberg players and how special is this football club for you?
Well, the girls have been amazing all year, so I couldn't be more proud. And obviously to finish premiers, it's a massive achievement. It just shows consistency and how hard we've worked throughout the year, and to finish on top, it's still something special, so something I can take away and be proud of. This football club has been home for the last 10 years, so it's hard to say goodbye, but I know that the club's is in a good situation now, and I can leave it knowing that, you know, we've done so well over the last 10 years. The way we've built from being, you know, just a mid-table to bottom-table club to now, you know, setting the benchmark and, you know, making 2 finals in a row, Nike FC Cup final, premiers. Like, I couldn't be more proud of where the club's currently positioned, and, you know, to be part of that is really special. And, you know, I'm really going to miss this football club, but I'm still going to be around. It's like a bad smell, don't worry.
Well, I mean, you've been a very special player in Victoria for such a while. You were part of the most mad grand final ever with Bundoora against Box Hill back in the day as well. But talk yourself up, mate. You deserve it. Just how do you reflect on your own time here in Victorian football?
I just think it's been long and consistent. You know, I've always been around. I love, you know, watching all the junior girls and seeing how far they've come as well. And, you know, everything we do for the juniors, you know, they come out here and support us. So it's just a great club to be around. And me personally, you know, to play over 200 games, my body's finally said that's enough now. So, you know, 50-something goals I think it was all up. So, you know, you got to walk away being proud of, you know, how far I've come as well. And I think Heidelberg's really helped shape not only like what I've done on the fields, but like as a person, as a leader. They've been outstanding, and obviously could not be here without their support. So, yeah, I'm really honoured, and I'm so grateful to be able to represent Heidelberg.
And of course, it does carry the qualifier that you predate the NPLW, but you do end today 182 NPLW appearances, tied with Francesca Yamano for the most all-time here in Victoria. But just what's next for you? You said you're going to stick around. Are we going to see you coaching, or just are you going to be checking the tickets at Heidelberg United games? What's next?
I'll definitely be around, whether it's just helping out. I think next year I'll just more of a supporter, help out, take a well-rested, well-deserved break, I think. I need a rest. So I'll just be a supporter, and then I'll definitely look in the future to get back into coaching. You know, I used to coach 2-3 years ago, and I do miss it, but I think just the commitment got too much, and I wanted to focus on my football because I knew I was coming towards the end, and I just wanted to give it all I could. And, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into coaching. But, yeah, I think next year you'll find me on the Greek Islands.
Well, Steph Galea, captain of Heidelberg United, an inspirational figure for over a decade here in Victorian football. And I'll just finish the interview by saying, on behalf of Victorian football, thank you for everything that you've done for the sport and will no doubt do for the sport in the years ahead.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Our Minnie will join here by captain of Box Hill. Minnie, wow, what a feat, what a game. We've come to the end of the season. What a lovely moment to finish it off.
Yeah, it's so surreal. Like, I don't think it's even sunk in yet, but I'm so proud of the girls. It's been an absolute astonishing end to the season, and yeah, I definitely think we deserve it.
11 straight wins now. That is some feat for Box Hill. This season have turned it around. Is it something that club that came together, the girls really worked hard to get to this moment?
We always had that goal at the start of the year to just make finals, and then when we started to do so well at the back end of the season, we were like, nah, let's win this thing. We know that we couldn't really fight for the Premier, so we wanted to finish as high as possible on the table. And yeah.
We're being gate crushed here. Any words here for your teammates?
Go Box Hill. Yeah, as we got going, yeah, it was just a phenomenal back end of the season. As you said, 11 in a row, and it's been a crazy ride.
I'll go back to Rossi. It's just the youngsters. Do they kind of copy your flair and go, hey, I want to be like Minnie, I want to score like her? Is it something that you want to kind of coach the young players to kind of look up and bring forward, you know, their career as well? Because it's something like this to be in the grand final is a special moment for them.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got so many young players in our squad, and my role this year was more of being that mentor. I'm the oldest in the team, so it's not a good thing, but I'm definitely holding my youth with these kids running around. And yeah, definitely Karina today in that second half was phenomenal. She definitely stood up for us, and as you said, like you saw the young ones come on, and they were all quality. So it was a good game, and yeah, they've been good all year.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations once again, and all the best for what's to come in the A-League season.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Minnie. And that wraps up the NPL Victoria Grand Final. Thanks to Chanel. Have a lovely evening. That wraps up the season, and I can't wait to see what happens next season. Have a good night.